The stream is started. Mm-hmm. Did it? Dude, it's not. Why is it not picking up? I'm doing literally the same thing I did earlier. Well, I have it on desktop audio and Discord is on the desktop. But I have it set up exactly the same as I had it earlier. Discord. I was also using Discord. Maybe. We can try that. Can you talk? Okay. Why is this not? I mean, it's obviously picking up my microphone. But this should. Hey, Lycan. Rex is here. Glad you're checking in. Rex is here. We're just trying to get audio issues sorted out because I knew this would happen. But he's here talking. All of mine. Yeah, I just don't know why it's different from when I did it with my friend. Because I was in a Discord call the same way I am with you. Can you try talking again?
Sure.
Whoa, that changed it. Can y'all hear Rex now? Start talking, Rex.
Well, I was talking about how the fighting game community is trying to import these like Street Fighter concepts to Smash. Because from a practical, like from a tournament organizer perspective, having Smash be a fighting game makes a lot of sense, right? Like we get to be classified as that sort of genre of competitive game.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes sense in terms of like organizing tournaments. Like we can be at EVO because we're clearly not like an RTS or a MOBA or something.
All right, they can hear both of us.
Nice.
And hi Ursa, hi Infinite, hi Revel. No, I've seen a couple of y'all's names in the Discord before. We're just waiting a minute. We'll get the. Wait. Oh, I was supposed to have the tier list pulled up. We're just waiting for Jay to get in here.
You showed your desktop wallpaper rookie mistake.
Oh no! Now they'll see my Celeste picture and a couple of icons. They'll see black rectangle where I made this webcam border. How do we want to be naming these tiers?
I'm fine with winning, losing, even, but I feel not as strong. I don't feel super strongly about the like matchup chart element as much as the matchup explanation element.
Yeah. I just figure it's good to keep the categories. I don't think we really want to put any to like a particular hard losing.
Except Snake.
Wait.
Obviously.
Obviously. I'm down to put it there out of spite.
Spite.
I do have this VOD recording, so I might see if I can get it posted to YouTube or something. I don't know, I'm not very good with that either. Oh, I spelled winning with 3 N's. But yeah, for anyone watching, we're just gonna go through this kinda matchup by matchup. We're gonna try to do it in like, you know, the character order starting with Mario going through. I was working on getting that order done actually. over here on the right.
I've got the list. I can just tell you.
Yeah, but it looks better if we do it like this.
Oh, I see. They know it's coming.
It gives me a way to kill time because I can complain about how it's not in that order.
Let's see.
I
think Link is 2, Samus is 4.
Yeah, and Link is 3. Donkey Kong.
Oh, who's this Donkey Kong 2 really?
Mm-hmm.
Are they ordered by like the date they were introduced?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Luigi.
Like the date their games came out, I mean?
No, it's by the date they were added to Sash. So the first 12 are...
But the first 12 are like... But within the games, are they ordered in that way?
I guess I don't know. That's not something
That's too deep Smash lore for me, I think.
But yeah, however many characters we do today will depend on... How do I turn echoes off? How do I do that? Is that a thing? What did I just click on? Yeah, if you could tell me how to turn echoes off, Alchemy, I could definitely. And we're going to see live debates, Asher. We're here to talk about the matchup. Rex and I will certainly disagree on things, but that's good. But yeah, I was just told I can turn echoes off, but not told how to do it. Toggle echo fighters. They're gone.
Oh yeah, they're at the...
Wait, no, because toggling echo fighters, won't that turn off like Marth? No.
We want to leave echoes in.
Wait, no, because the Buzz uses this and he's smart, so he knows Marth isn't an echo. I think it's turning off like, the second Inkling skin and things like that.
Yeah, that's fine. But having Chrom in particular...
Yeah.
He's probably the most different. Lucina and Marth are fairly different too.
Yeah, I mean... Well, we can talk Lucina and Marth when we get to Lucina and Marth. But, I'm sure some of them will talk about game plans are kind of the same, just results are a little different.
Yeah, I think the neutral's a little different. Marth gets some different follow-ups than Lucina does. Isn't as consistent killing, but the same move, they've got the same hitbox sizes, so playing around their moves is similar. But what moves they might go for varies.
Yeah, true. And Jay will be on here. He actually was doing a coaching session. We were gonna do it basically because of daylight savings time. It was supposed to be at 1 our time.
Daylight savings isn't in Norway yet, so there's a minor mix-up with the time, but he should be here soon.
As of yesterday, we thought it was going to be 1 my time, 9 his time, but then daylight savings time happened, so it bumped it up to 8 his time unexpectedly, and so he's coming right off the end of a coaching session. But hey, you can hang out with me and Rex until then. Now, Rex, you were talking about you might want to start with a couple case studies. What were some of those characters you wanted to start with?
I figured
or we can just start with Mario.
I thought about it, and I figured we could just get to them when we got to them. It's not, people can jump to them. But ones that I was interested in talking about specifically were, again, we can wait for them, are Game & Watch, Bowser, Samus. Let me look at the character list.
We've got a question for you that's how's the weather, but you might want to pull up the stream on the side just so you can see chat, so you can answer questions.
I've got the stream.
You do? Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. Sorry to interrupt your point.
That's all right. Don't have the chat right now. The question was which character. Sonic, I think, is also an interesting one to talk about. Incineroar. Just certain characters that... How to sort of use the mechanics of the game to play around their particular specials usually. Usually they have some kind of centralizing special and how to play around that in particular.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But a lot of it is like, you can't do, there's like do's and don'ts of the matchup. And after you do the do's and don'ts, you get to play normal Smash. Like with Sonic, once you know how to play around spin dash some and play around homing attack, they stop being so centralizing. And he has to start pressing A every once in a while.
Then they have to play Smash.
Yeah, then they play Smash with you for, they'll play Smash with you until you whiff and a spin dash. It's also, of course, I think all our opinions are going to be like warped from
online,
not having access to that much offline for the past year, really.
Yeah, and
what a strange time we live in.
We can, I definitely think on some of them, like the newer DLC characters especially, we can put some uncertain categories. Like, we think it might be even or losing, but we're not really sure. Just because we can talk about, like, how we would play against Steve, but, we haven't fought him offline.
No,
that
we have to commit really hard. That's how
we have to go
clicks.
in.
Yeah, you can't get clicks if you don't. You got to have a spicy take, and you got to double down, triple down if need be on it. Like Steve is the best character and beats everyone, including Link.
Okay, low-key though, a lot of people are wanting to say Steve is top tier, and I just don't really get it. I think it's a Wi-Fi thing.
So I think his cart's better on Wi-Fi, but I think a lot of his other moves aren't. I don't think blocks are any better on Wi-Fi. I think it might be worse.
Cart's better on Wi-Fi. I think just mashing on people's shields is way better on Wi-Fi.
Probably a little better, but I think his hatchet is really good on shield.
It's true, but
any move you can move and attack on is pretty good on shield.
Yeah.
Although Steve isn't that mobile, so maybe less for him than...
He's got, bottom 10 movement in every conceivable category. That's what really holds me back. And he's not like Snake, where Snake has bottom 10 movement, but dash attack is his movement.
Well, Steve also has really good buttons, in fairness. His moves are powerful, disjointed, pretty fast. It's not like he has bad moves.
True, but none of them get him to you, aside from Sword of Card, but that takes forever.
Well, his dash attack, he also is a good dash attack. He's not very fast, but he also is maybe the best camping character, the best character at forcing you to approach. You could definitely make an argument.
I guess so. But we'll talk about him.
He just gets a lot out of being left alone. Whereas, even Samus or Wii Fit or whatever kind of tops off after 10 seconds.
Once you get your charge shot and your boost.
Yeah. Whereas Steve can, once he's got a full inventory of iron, that's a pain in the butt.
And Jay's just over here being a good coach, holding up our stream, and taking time with his students like he should.
Being a good teacher.
How dare he? Okay, I'm at Dr. Mario. I'm getting through Melee. Dude, yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about Link, too, of course, right?
Yeah, we can talk about the matchup.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I suppose I can put it in the list so that we remember to talk about it.
Well, I think it is a pretty particular matchup. It's an unusual one, I think.
Yeah, the funny thing, what was it? The Link matchup's what taught me that why people like perfect pivoting so much.
To space out of the nair.
Yeah, because I was fighting a Link one day and I was like, man, it would be really nice if I could just move slightly that way and then jab. It's
and not commit to dash. Yeah.
Yeah, it all made sense to me in that moment.
Pain. The closest thing is little short hops back.
Yeah. Or dash back F smash.
Well,
not quite the same.
I'm a big fan of dash back. Don't get me wrong. No one's a bigger fan of dash back F smash than I am. But it just commits you. So if they don't go in.
No, I love what is it? Down throw or down throw up tilt read air dodge dash back S dash. That's always a good time. I suppose I should put. Oh, Lucina. That's how echoes work. Okay, so I should put her by Mario.
Yeah, they're the same number.
Yeah, but then Ken and Ryu aren't. Well, Ken and Ryu are, but they're not the same at all. And then Villager and Isabelle are different.
Not that
numbers.
different, in fairness. Like, a lot of the ways you play around them are similar, but they have pretty different bodies.
Yeah, I guess. But then, Tatsu's so different. Shori's an anti-air for Ken.
I don't know how, like, Tatsu's different when it hits you, but it, like, is kind of the same threat box. It's kind of a Marth Lucina situation where, like, the hitbox size is similar, but what it does to you is kind of different.
Who is next? Ganondorf. Ursa has taken Jay's lessons. Yeah, he's a smart guy. I'm sure his lessons help a lot. But definitely putting real life before Smash isn't a bad idea. Which one is going to be the clickbait take? It's all of them. All of them are going to be the clickbait take.
I'm betting K. Rool.
K. Rool? Dude, the armor's too strong.
The armor's... Yeah, you can't beat armor.
How are we supposed to, we can't knock him out of it. What are you supposed to do? There is no counterplay.
I think size is a pretty underrated part of character viability.
You can't kill him?
He's too thick. I also think he's a top 3 fictional crocodile.
Top 3 fictional crocodile.
Mm-hmm.
What others are there? I know there's the Captain Hook one.
Okay, I was also stuck at the Captain Hook one. But I think that pretty safely...
Yeah,
that
if you
pretty
can't
much
name
guarantees
others.
his spot, I think.
Game & Watch. Okay, I got through Melee. We'll get this order down yet. The big thing I have to do is remember not to close this webpage ever, or I will lose the tier list.
Good thing a bunch of people are recording and watching, so you can play back. It's not like you'll lose forever.
Yeah. Click the
So what
save button
matchups do you
also.
think you've played the most?
I've played Mario a lot. I played against a Mario player 21 times in the span of 3 months. In bracket. I went to a few too many tournaments in early 2020. So I think I know a good bit about Mario matchup. I mean, I've played the Ryu matchup, but I'm also bad at it, so probably not one you want to ask me about.
Yeah, I'm not sure playing it a lot and losing necessarily means you're like a super expert in the matchup.
Yeah. I can tell you a good bit about the Pikachu matchup, too. My brother plays Pikachu. I play our local Pikachu a lot. There are probably a couple others. I do well against Inkling. I like bullying that character. Because they just don't kill me and then I win anyway.
But what about the roller? It's impossible to beat.
Let me present to you a magical button known as R.
Hey, early in ult, it broke my shield one time.
It broke your shield? What were you doing?
Well, I was trying that B and I flubbed it somehow and it hit me twice and broke it.
That's funny. Oh, what was it?
He was pretty proud of himself.
In early ult, I was playing... I made Young Lead for the first month of ult. And
I had no interest in Young Link. That little... I could tell he was the Weasel character from the beginning.
But I was gonna play against this Dark Pit player, and it was my first big tournament, but my friend told me about it. He's like, he just holds shield too much. And I was like, really? Because I do like breaking shields. So I'm playing Young Link against this guy, and he holds shield so long. I F-smashed his shield, and he or I did something to his shield, and he continued holding shield this long. He's like, there's no way he's gonna let me do this, right? And after like 2 consecutive buttons on this shield, he still holds it there through an entire Young Link F smash. I was shocked. I don't think I've broken another shield with Young Link since.
I've got kind of a shield break thing where I forward smash someone with the tip, and they shield it, but they don't want to let go of shield because they don't want the second hit, and then I forward smash them again with both hits, and it breaks their shield. When I was the first week, I was pretty convinced I was going to main K. Rool. I looked at all the like trailers, and I'm like, whoa, he looks so good. What the heck?
Those early tier lists were talking him up too. I remember seeing him at the top of some.
10 minutes in, I'm like, this is not a good character. Like, but he looked fast. Like the crawl in the trailers. I'm
yeah,
like, wow, he looks fast. Like,
if you get him to max run speed, sure, he can definitely look fast.
But now he's super slow, and like his moves are all laggy. I'm like, oh, this is, I don't know, like a trailer, like. He definitely had some like trailer glow when I was like planning the K. Rool takeover of San Diego. It didn't happen.
Should I put Dark Pit back in this list or not?
Yep, you can put him in. We can talk about how he's different. He's not that different, but he definitely plays a little different. He definitely like gimps you less.
Might as well put Simon and Richter together too, just to talk about the down B a little bit. Just so we mention it when we come to it. How does the alphabet work?
Which do you think is better against Link?
I was thinking about that this morning. I don't know. That's a hard one to say.
Like, it seems like it could definitely, like, the fire could definitely backfire on blowing Bob.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about, it sort of depends, because I think the biggest deal is in ledge trapping, because Link likes to throw bomb back to the stage sometimes. So is it better to have that option to get rid of it, or is it better to be able to deal with it yourself and then
like, that's a terrible way to get rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, really, the answer is just jump over it.
Yeah, or whack it away.
Did turning off echoes remove Simon?
It shouldn't. Oh, that's lame. It should remove Richter.
No, Richter's
Simon's
still
definitely the alpha Belmont. I feel like.
Oh, no way! No way! I hit the back button on my mouse, and it deleted it. You know what? Forget that. We'll just work on it retroactively. I lost all my progress in one accidental button push.
Well, we can just ordering it before it's sorted doesn't really matter.
Jay will be here one day. Let's see, even.
How much do you think the changes are gonna affect this tier list? Like, how different do you think the 11-0 tier list is gonna be different than the
tier list?
Or the matchup chart? Either or, really. It's a similar question.
Well, are we talking about 11-0 or Quarantine?
Well, I think
those are two different questions.
Quarantine definitely is going to affect at least like our perception.
Oh, yeah. But there were still characters buffed significantly, like Sheik and Falco, Byleth. Not that I think Byleth changes, but like I think Sheik and Falco matchups are a decent bit different. Now, 11-0, who were all the changes in 11-0? Byleth, Min Min. I don't really know how much Min Min changed.
Min Min didn't get that changed. Her laser got weakened, and it like killed you at 0.
Yeah, you just don't get the cheese now.
Yeah, so it's
the mega cheese.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it just hits you really far off stage, and especially the powerful one had a lot of base knockback. I'm blanking on the other changes. There were some. Byleth had some.
Wario, Palu, Falcon, Byleth, CSS, Joker.
Yeah.
I don't think Jokers mattered at all, really. It just mattered for spamming. A little more end lag.
Like that, it makes it like if it whiffs, it's definitely like more vulnerable now.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't think it's a huge deal because like you can use guns in most of the same situations and.
Well, I don't
just
think
AHA,
Arsene
just
guns
AHA.
serve the same role as AHA, really.
But I don't think Joker nerfs will change the Link matchup. Wario good. People are talking like up tilt was gutted. It's still active for 8 frames. Like, it went down from 12 to 8. Now it's a bad move. No.
Yeah, I think he's still a good character, but
I don't think he's top 5 anymore.
Harder.
But...
I think it's gonna be hard to confirm that instead of like easy to confirm that.
Mm-hmm.
Like my first time playing Wario, I like did it to my friend. I'm like, what the hell? Like, how did this get past the like testing phase?
Palu, I think, will be easier because there's a lot more risk to her poking. She's just gonna have to play more. She can't just like harass you with fair. She's
definitely a lot worse on whiff. Yeah.
You can now parry up B. That's a thing we can do now, which is nice. Falcon, I don't know. You still just edgeguard Falcon. I mean,
yeah.
Being able to tech check is very nice, but at the same time, he's got to get to that point.
Yeah, it's pretty rare you're not like up Bing or naring him anyway. And like I feel like if he connects it to you, you've kind of messed up somewhere along the line usually.
Let's see, Byleth. Byleth is I don't care. Her problem is neutral. It buffed her advantage a little.
Assuming you're using the hammer and advantage.
The hammer? Oh, well, up B's the buff. You can do like nair up B and things like that.
They buff its like startup?
Yeah, they buffed it startup, which does matter a little out of shield, but it still doesn't have good range, so I don't think it matters that much for us.
That makes sense. I don't play many Byleths. I think ACU was trying to make Byleth work, and then he like drowned in pools. So
ZSS, I think ZSS could matter just because it doesn't let her do nair to jab on shield. I mean, nair up tilt is more committal a little bit.
I think she can still nair jab shield.
Well, it's minus 5 now, right? Well, we can jump out of the way, is my thing. We can now jump out of nair jab.
It's definitely worse. It has to be a good nair now. Right? Like a bad nair gets her up B. And kind of the reverse for her up B, like before pretty good nairs could get up B, and now like medium nairs are safe.
Yeah, I still don't think it'll like at the top level make it super different, but it does.
It definitely makes the like shield to shield stuff better.
Like I don't think it swings the matchup, but it definitely helps certain interactions.
That's probably true. It probably makes the down B.
I don't know. I'm still getting hit by nair. Like it doesn't seem that hard.
That's definitely something you should be playing around. That's like there are like 3 things you play around, and that's like one of them. I feel like.
Let's see, who's the other? Pichu. Pichu got buffed.
I don't think that changes anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's very good for Pichu, but what I heard, if I remember right, they didn't buff T-Jolt, so you can't just like start camping now. It just is like a quality of life buff, and versus us, we like, I don't know, we just up throw him at 130. I don't think like the little tick percent is gonna matter that much in the grand scheme of things to us.
Well, a lot of the time, like what I've noticed for nerfs is like once every like 5 or 6 games, something that wouldn't have killed before will kill now. Like if someone, so Pichu, it might not be at 130 this time. It might be at 125, and the buff might have saved him in that case. So it almost certainly helps at least a little.
Wait, dude, look at Jay's message. He thought we were starting it too. He didn't.
Well, let me message him.
I should have never said anything.
I feel like we were pretty clear.
I thought so too. Okay, there has been some miscommunication. I didn't realize we'd already been 30 minutes without actually starting our chart. Biggest change during quarantine for Link is a projectile parry buff. I mean, Sure, but if we're at the point that we're getting our boomerang parried, that's a bad boomerang anyway, if that makes sense. Like
It often is. I think that's pretty true. But soft boomerang at mid ranges can be pretty good, and parrying that obviously makes it not quite as good.
Up smash was a nice change though. Yeah.
Yeah, that was useful. It still messes up on PS2, but it's good on the Battlefield type plats now.
Yeah, I need to start using it for jab locks because usually I'll just do like a soft nair into a you know how you get the jab locks off of down throw nair. Just like
yeah, sometimes.
I should start doing up smash because I'll usually used to do like nair into strong nair and sometimes you'll get a grab off of that. But now the up smash is reliable.
Still feel like you should forward smash it.
Forward smash it?
Definitely a big forward smash advocate. Yeah.
Well, if they're on a platform.
What situation are you saying?
I'm talking about down throw nair on a platform.
You land on the platform with them, though, right?
I go for short.
Are you talking
nair.
like the Smashville plats or the
Battlefield
plats?
I'm talking and you get Battlefield plats,
and they don't tech and you soft nair.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
I see. I thought you were talking about something different. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I do there. I up smash them usually, or I up air them, depending.
Well, the reason I don't F smash though is, well, I don't know if I can get a rising soft nair if I'm smart enough to get a rising soft nair there, like a full hop rising soft nair for like the second jab lock. Because the first one I only go for short hop because if I full hop and it doesn't work out, then I'm on the platform and I don't want to be, and things like that.
Well, if you don't think they're going to get up attack, and it's at whatever percent, I'll usually hop up with them and then that be wherever they tech. But at higher, usually at higher percents.
I know there's also if you think they're going to tech or really, I know there's the up smash trap where you can cover 3 or 4 tech options while remaining safe.
Well, if it's a small platform, you can probably get all of them, but flip through the hits. But it's like the Battlefield platforms are so small that you can usually cover everything with doing different stuff. Like you can jump to do like a falling up air, and then if they tech the other way, you can like bear them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can usually cover everything, and maybe not get a follow up off of it. But falling nair is definitely the best, or falling up air is definitely the best. The best thing to land on someone on a platform. If you can get a falling up air.
So, Jay said we start. Do you want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a miscommunication with Jay, y'all, and we're just going to go ahead and get started to not delay too much longer. We're going in character order, like the Smash series character order you'd find on the website. But we may, if people have particular questions or want us to go over particular, we may.
If anyone wants us to go over something, we can skip to that. Okay, you wanted to start with Mario?
Mario would be the first one.
And you wanted to do him? Okay.
I personally think Mario is a losing matchup. Now, I see arguments for even. I just think character with significantly higher speed. His airspeed is pretty. I don't know exactly how high his airspeed is in the chart, but it's a lot. So it's a hard one to keep him out so consistently. He has a lot of safety on shield. Back air, up air, nair if he does it right. A lot of what he wants to do is safe. His damage output is high when he gets in, which he probably will get in at some point. Plus, you're caught in the wrong spot. You can get true comboed. There's falling up air fair things. And
how do you play the matchup?
I play the matchup very defensively. A lot of it's playing around his jump-ins. He can choose to... Sort of depends. We can force him to go short hop or full hop with boomerang sometimes. But he has ways to approach with both. Full hop's kind of awkward to interact with We can sometimes outspace that. Sometimes he has too much air dodge, so you just want to move center stage and take control. If he short hops, it depends on whether he's facing forward or backward. If he's trying to approach with bear, you can choose to play the shield mix-up game. You can choose to stuff it out. You can choose to see if you can get him to do a rising bear cross shield. I know that's, there's the discussion of, well, what if they're picking all the right options, but Mario's like their rising aerials on shield.
Well, yeah, I think a really important thing for the matchup for people who aren't as familiar is to make sure you up smash every single rising aerial. I think Mario gets a lot off of people not punishing him for that. And I think if you can train them out of doing rising aerials, you can contest them a lot more, because anytime they jump, you know that they have to do it when landing usually.
Yeah, that's very true. I think
I also
go ahead.
Continue.
No, you can continue.
Well, I think advantage against him is actually really good. He can fight you pretty well when he can choose how he's oriented and how he engages with you. But once he's in disadvantage, he's floaty. He can't necessarily, he can't set up for bears in the right way. Like, our hitboxes when on flat ground facing, when on flat ground we can both orient ourselves, are pretty, he can definitely win some of those. But if he's in disadvantage, it's horrible for him. Like, he can't fight you at all. He has to air dodge, and he's floaty, so you can punish that. So I think his disadvantage is also really bad.
Yeah, I agree. The weird thing I find against him is it's hard to set up, like, if this makes sense, it's hard to set up the right advantage. Or to get the neutral win that sets up advantage.
I think hitting him up, I think he's one of the matchups that, like, up tilt's pretty good in.
Yeah.
There are a lot of matchups I think that's bad. I think he has a really hard time coming down on Link.
Yeah. What I'll play a lot for Mario is I'll play defensively for... Basically, I'll play I don't want to lose neutral. I'll play very defensively with Nair. Play to not lose interactions. I don't want to really risk, like, 50-50s versus Mario, because I think an average neutral win works out way better for Mario.
It depends on the kind of hit he gets, but yeah, I want to trade, like, clips with him, you know what I mean? I want to trade, not like clips, video clips, like, I want to trade, like, we get one hit type situations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree. And my big thing against Mario is I want to force him off stage whenever I can. So generally my game plan is I want to play solid neutral, not really extend too much, not really risk getting put in disadvantage until I can get him off stage. If I get an opportunity to get him off stage, I'll throw him off stage, because I think we do a really good job. His recovery is actually a lot weaker than it seems.
Well, you have to get the toe of Nair, and it'll beat it.
You have to get the toe of
trade
Nair.
Badly for him.
Yes, you have to get the toe of Nair, but I think we can force out his options really well with Bomb. You can force him to, like, choose between low and high recovery with Bomb, and then you punish him with Nair or whatever. So I think stealing those early stocks versus Mario becomes really important, because otherwise he's just gonna... If everyone's playing good neutral, he's probably going to outdamage.
He's not awesome at closing if he can't combo in.
That's true.
I don't think. Like, he really needs to, like... He doesn't get, like, kills off straight hits very easily.
Yeah, especially because grab doesn't kill, really, unless you, like, attack him in the corner unsafely.
Yeah. So I think the best stages are FD, Town, and Kalos. And the worst stages are, like, PS2, Yoshi's, Lilat, Battlefield type stuff.
I completely agree.
Opinions?
I actually, me and the other Mario player, Kappas, we end up on Smashville Game 1, because I don't want to take her to PS2 or Battlefield, and she doesn't want to take me to FD or Town.
I'm pretty happy going to Smashville, usually.
Yeah. I think Full Hop Nair, at least having the option for it, helps a lot against Mario. The platform height doesn't really matter for Mario, because he gets combos either way. But... He also,
it can be
like...
awkward. Full hopping can be awkward on Smashville.
Yeah, true. It just makes it a little more annoying for him to jump in, while giving us full access. And plus, Smashville's super powerful for keeping people in the corner, in my opinion. Which is something we want versus Mario. I think we might
get more off of, like... We might trap him in areas better.
I can agree with that.
Like, we kill. He gets combos kind of from anywhere, and we get combos, or we get like really advantageous positions from like him landing on us under the plat, or him trying to get out of the corner. Like having this range, the hitbox advantage on him really helps in those situations a lot of the time.
Yeah, I can agree.
Okay, I feel like we can move on to Kong.
Yeah, I think that's
I
pretty
think he's even. I never had any problems
Mario.
with Mario's.
I can understand even personally. I think losing, but
Oh, we need Jay to tiebreak.
I know that's. We can ask him for a tiebreaker later.
Yeah, we can tiebreak all the ones. Okay, put Kong in.
Kong.
I've got a guy in my region who always goes to like Congo Jungle FD and puts on the DK rap.
Dude, yes. I respect it, honestly. He knows he's gonna lose anyway. Why would he pick a good stage? He just gotta go in for the style.
He also tries to stage fight me every time.
I don't know that there's like that much to say about DK. You want to avoid grab. You want to put Boomerang under him because he's a big body.
I think neutral is really important. I think avoiding like putting yourself in a position where you have to like get dash attack and dash grab mixed up. That's like how you lose. I think like you don't want him to be approaching you on the ground without you threatening it in some way. Like you want to either like, and of course you should pay attention to Bear, but he's so bad on our shield and we're so good on his shield that it's like problematic once he if he misses anything.
You do have to be a little careful with like mashing on shield nowadays just because of how strong up B is. But
it just like it's way worse if it misses for him and you can like jump out and like shield it. Like it's bad if it misses.
Also, for some reason, if for any reason he's like facing us in the air, just get him. Attack him. He can't do anything.
He definitely doesn't have any good. Yeah, he has terrible forward hitboxes. He also gets edge guarded with bomb and drop under GSA. It's just or ASA. It's really bad.
And if you're not confident in the edge guard, he shouldn't get off ledge anyway.
Yeah, big bodies in particular have a lot of trouble with the like short hop naring at ledge. It's really horrible for
DK or
like Bowser and DK.
Bowser's a little better just because of how massive his get up attack is, but
yeah, you can jump. Yeah, that's true. But anyone with a big hitbox has trouble because it catches their rolls. It's like
true.
It's pretty uncomfortable. He definitely like can blow you up, and you should be good at teching, and you should mash out of the cargo throw. But you should be playing around grab pretty hard, and like grab, bear, and dash attack are the main moves you need to play around, and his other stuff's basically just mix-ups off of that.
I think the mashing is important, like especially important for us, because like if we can not die outright to it, we can live it almost every time because of bomb jump.
Yeah, he can't kill us from distance. Also, a lot of the time they read a jump and you can reverse ASA them after, which is pretty great. So definitely something to be
the back throw double jump fair or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, the cargo like jump off, read a jump fair. Oh yeah, it's horrible. Getting ASA there is just the greatest.
Yeah.
Okay,
we can
Link.
move on. Link.
I'm not sure if it's winning or losing or what.
The Link did a scary, honestly. Because, like, Link can kill Link whenever he kind of feels like it.
Yeah. Well, I think Link's also pretty bad against Link's Nair on shield. Like, it's kind of... The frames kind of match up awkwardly and that you don't get to punish it with GSA. So he's kind of susceptible to, like, high Nairs from himself. Boomerang's good, but not awesome at fighting Nair.
Yeah, Boomerang also gets upbeat.
Hard Boomerang you can shield, I'm pretty sure.
It's -7, right?
It's -6. At least that's what the frame data place says. But a lot of the time, Links do stuff after anyway. People can look up the numbers.
I can put it on stream.
I think a lot of the question is, I think soft boomerang is -8 and hard is -6. I think a lot of the question is like how to punish Nair, and a lot of it is kind of getting the jump over. Like if he's landing with Nair, you want to jump back and jump in on top of him usually.
I see people saying that Jay said the frame data site is wrong for boomerang. That it should be -7.
Called out.
So,
but that's again assuming it hits the first frame.
You know, it's still an awkward one to punish. You gotta pay a lot of attention to his spacing.
I don't think bombs that awesome in the matchup. I don't think it's that great. I don't think Link doesn't put himself in shield against projectiles that much. Like he'll hop the bomb usually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, taking space away from him isn't as important as taking space away from like Snake or Samus or something. It's obviously really good, really useful in other areas, but a lot of it is trying to, I think, get the favorable like jump over. Like ideally, if they're gonna Nair into you, you want to be on top of them, so you kind of want to be the one to jump second.
Yeah,
I think fair is kind of... Sorry, continue.
Oh, I was just going to say, I don't even think it's just jumping second. I think you don't want to be the Link doing things... Well, okay, it's sort of... I have heard people talk about throwing projectiles first, which I think is a different conversation. I don't think you, like, really want to be the Link approaching first, though. Like, you don't want to be attacking first, because Link has a lot of ways to, you know, you can space around with your normals or get those favorable jump-ins. I think.
Well, I'm not sure Link's grounded normals are awesome against Nair.
Well, you can at least like apply pressure to the action after Nair, or you know, I don't think Nairing into Link is necessarily favorable. I think you'd rather be the Link playing around
most characters, since he has a hard time escaping and he can't dash attack it very well, and his out of shield doesn't work against it. I think it's like particularly effective against Link.
I will say I don't think I'm good at the Link matchup. I don't have a whole lot of experience. Most of it's online. I had the most success against Link not pressing buttons first. However, I'll defer to you on the Link matchup because I'm not that good at it.
So how I usually play is I take people to Battlefield because they suck there, and then
yeah, I feel that.
And then a lot of it is about making them jump into you. But I think Nair is definitely the move you want to be fighting with proactively anytime you fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Like for other characters, fair is really important and useful, and it isn't useless in this matchup. You can still call stuff out, but it matches up poorly against both Link's Nair and Link's out of shield options. Because GSA's like can always punish it and is long ranged. Like Link matches up well against people who try to space around shield a lot of the time because GSA is a lot longer range than most other people's out of shield, so they're not expecting it. But yeah, I think it is a lot about making them with Nairs and getting on top of, you know, like you being the one to land your Nairs onto them or their shield, and them being the ones to miss.
Yeah,
right.
You mentioned that thing with how kind of fair doesn't work that well against Link. I think this is kind of a thing about a larger point on how fair and Nair kind of play like around each other in Link's kit. How like fair works a lot of times because they have to respect Link's Nair.
Respect Nair, yeah, sure, totally.
But Link doesn't have to respect his own Nair air to air because he has the same move. Not in exactly the same way that you just can't beat it.
Yeah, Link definitely is way more willing to challenge Nair than most other characters. Like, most of the time when you're thinking, like, haha, a high Nair is going to catch everything here, they're thinking the same thing. Mm-hmm. So your mix-up isn't as clever as you thought it was.
Yeah, because Nair's just going to outspeed fair and trade with Nair, you know.
Okay, cool. I think that's... I take Links to Battlefield, but you should just take people to the stage you're most comfortable with. Mm-hmm. Battlefield and Smashville are probably the two ones that I feel like I have an advantage over other Links in.
Oh, also, I think... Now, this is hard to I don't always like talking about what people don't know, but Links are gonna know better how to play around bomb ledge trap, and I actually think edge guarding with bomb can be pretty powerful against Links that have to up B. So I think it can sometimes be useful to waste bomb for that and just do like ledge trapping with nair or normals.
Yeah, they definitely might play around, but it's also you might have like a direction of the flowchart they haven't seen before. Like you should definitely be in the Ditto. You should be definitely most willing to like use your weird tricks that you have that other people don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's definitely the time to like think outside the box for your like your own bag of tricks instead of the characters.
Mm-hmm. I got big followed. I don't know what that means. This is just a bot. Is this a common bot?
I have no idea.
I mean, I'll take the follow. I don't know. They can't. If it gives me a follower number and gives me someone else active in chat, I'm just not gonna click on the link. And her envoy, I don't want to hear your propaganda. You'll like it better when we talk about Game and Watch than when we talk about DK. Anyway,
is Samus next?
Should be Samus next, yes.
So I think Samus is one that gives Lynx a lot of problems, and part of that is because she's pretty hard to fight online.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's because they have trouble with Charge Shot, which is her best move. So, and I think a lot of the reason people have trouble with Charge Shot is when you charge Shot, you have access to shield. When you have access to shield, you have access to jump and B.
Mm-hmm.
And grab, of course. And Lynx, you know, trying to fight that group of options, like they're like, I want to pressure Samus, I want to get in, I want to nair her shield. But her selection of options like totally owns that. Like even if you do jump the threat of a grab and a charge shot, that she can parry you.
Or if you jump in, yeah, fair. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. So they're dead. But the thing is, all of those things are super committal. Mm-hmm. So there are sort of two ways to pressure charge shot. And the first is pretty simple, where if you've sort of got some sort of frame lead on her, you can throw boomerangs like near her, particularly behind her, and bombs and throw bombs near her, and it will force her to jump. And her jump's so committal because she's so floaty that creates an opening by itself, basically, if she has to full hop or something.
Mm-hmm.
She's really bad against rank. If you wait, like, you can just wait and punish down Bs. Like, if she doesn't do anything, you can beat her out. Like, her hitboxes are awkward.
Oh, I would like to say one thing, because it's something that will come up with charge shot projectiles. That Links, especially when they start to think about Samus matchup or things like that, they'll look at bomb and be like, oh, bomb blocks charge shot, so they'll like just stand on the other side of bomb. Well, the way this interaction plays out, for anyone who doesn't know, is against a good Samus, you set the bomb down, they shoot the bomb, and then they just get to do another charge shot because there's no longer a bomb there. You have accomplished nothing.
She can also just short hop it.
You can jump. Yeah, you can jump over bomb if she wants to approach.
Well, no, she can just short hop it and charge shot.
Oh, you mean, yeah, you can charge shot over. But if you're like, bomb in hand to reactively block charge shot is better than just sitting on the ground and thinking you can't charge shot me anymore, because that's really not true. Because the thing is, when they shoot your bomb and start trying to get another charge shot, you now have to spend at least a second to throw and or explode another bomb. That's not good for you. Bomb in hand is not...
it's usually not worth trading time, like pulling bomb versus her charging.
Yeah.
Like, her time is generally more valuable in that circumstance. She gets a lot more of a charge shot.
Okay.
I was talking about how to engage with the Samus who's charge shot.
I know you were talking about that. I wanted to bring that up because a lot of Links will think that, and I used to think that, but it's not. It just doesn't work out the way you think it would.
Depends how well they know the matchup, really.
Yeah, true.
So, and the other way is just to bait them, basically. Like, because she's in charge shot, she has access to shield, but she doesn't have access to like run or walk. So her range of action is super limited. Like just like charge shot is you can shield it on reaction, it's easy. Grab is extremely committal. Like so is fair. So by sort of being in and out of the range and forcing her to select an option, like being close to someone generates pressure because you can attack them in such a way that they can't react to very well. And so if you're close enough to Samus, she can't just do nothing. She can't just like keep charging forever. You know, it's risky for her. So that's how you generate options, not by attacking her, but by being near her.
Or threatening to get near her.
Well, that's it's the same. You know, being close enough to threaten to attack her, basically. And so, and the massive changes when she has charge shot. I hear a lot of people be like, they say that if someone has projectiles, then you have to approach them. That's not really true at all, because you can basically shield definitely any projectile Samus has on reaction. Like, she can't hurt you across the stage. It's impossible for her if you're paying attention. So once she has charge shot, now your need to approach her to prevent her from getting it is gone. And so Samus now has to come to you. And that's really important to know, because charge shot's really good at people trying to throw boomerang at range or people trying to approach. Those are the two people it like totally annihilates what a full charge shot annihilates.
Yeah.
And so you need to play conservatively once the charge shot is there, and you need to just let her come to you. Because Samus is really bad at that because she's so committal. She doesn't have good landing aerials. She doesn't have a good grab. She doesn't have super awesome normals. So making her come to you and try to use that charge shot to try and open you up is exactly what you want to do. So it's a hard matchup to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
Apply it
Promo
well.
8, we just actually talked a little bit about how to approach her. If you actually want to go to the VOD and look backward a little bit, we talked about just kind of, you want to get near her and force an option out of her rather than
you don't want to
straight up.
So basically, the long story short is, by being near someone, you threaten them. So, but if you're too close to her, she can attack you with her out of shield option. Like, she can attack you by turning into shield and upping you, or faring you out of the air, or grabbing you. But if you're close enough to threaten attacking her, she has to predict some of the stuff, and she has to commit to try and keep you away from her. So if you can threaten her by being near her, you'll force options. So that's how you get someone out of that sort of position.
Hey guys, by the way, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, there's Jay. Hello, we can hear
you.
All
right, it works. Awesome. All right.
We were looking for you
Sorry
to
for being late.
Mario. That's all right.
Oh, yeah. Do you think Mario's losing or even? We already talked about it, but we need a tiebreaker on.
Jama's been getting killed by his local Mario, and...
I don't know, it's kind of rough. Like, if they space up around back here well, it actually beats Nair, which is huge. And I think it's tough if they get in. And it's so much more devastating once they do. It's kind of like Wario, but they don't need Waft, if you know what I mean. He has so many good stages. So I'm leaning losing, but I can see even.
Okay, so that's 2 votes for losing, so he stays.
Ouch.
I just wanted to say there were like 2 more things. Or I think I wanted to just comment on stages for Samus and move on.
Sure. What stages do you like for her?
I do. So I don't really want to comment too heavily on Small Battlefield, but I kind of want to lump it in on the same point I'm going to make. I don't really like Battlefield or stages where she can really sit under the platform, because that becomes a lot harder to like jump toward her and bait an option and then punish that. There are a lot of stages where, especially, I don't know, it's kind of hard to say on FD because we have some trouble landing and whatnot. But I think
That's
for a lot of projectile
characters...
I think for a lot, there are several projectile characters. Like, I think Belmont's is another example where it's going to be a lot easier for us to deal with it if we at least have, if they can't sit under a platform.
I think in my... Sorry, Jay. Your turn.
You go on. You go on.
So, in my experience, generally, if the platform protects them from you jumping in on them, but if you're jumping in on Samus, you're playing it wrong, in my opinion. And at least the PS2 plats actually give you some. It lets you engage them diagonally, which is something Link's really good at, and gives them a good place to pull bomb if she has a charge shot, or throw boomerang, and can help you juggle them better. So I think they're definitely. And I think jumping out on Samus isn't awesome anyway.
Well, I'm not talking about jumping directly in, but like, so my PS2 plats aren't a problem for me actually. It's mainly the Battlefield ones. I think the Battlefield ones are just the way they're positioned. Like, she can kind of throw out a forward air, and it's kind of hard. It's harder to do something about it because she can just kind of throw out the forward air and drift toward the back end of the platform. And so, Link has to come in on the ground to punish her or pressure her for that. It just doesn't give you as many options of how you deal with her whiffing an option than retreating. Like she wants to. But, it's just one of those things. It's...
Yeah,
I don't know
I kind of see what you
stages
mean.
are too much.
But at the same time, I don't feel like compelled to go in versus Samus. Like, if she retreats with forward air, that's fine by me.
Well, I
To
feel
have
like
her in
that's
the
when you
corner.
throw a rang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she's
Just let the projectiles do the job.
Yeah,
That's
like
true.
you don't want to chase her. That's exactly
Oh, Jay, we had one more thing that we needed you to confirm. Someone said that you think the
what
ultimate
is
frame
hard
data
boomerang
sight's
on
wrong.
shield?
Yeah.
Come again. Didn't
What
hear.
is hard boomerang on shield?
-7.
And ultimate frame data is
Full.
wrong. Okay.
Yeah, they I think they are like 1 frame off usually on projectiles for whatever reason. I don't know what it is.
So are we on
Maybe
Fox now?
Christmas.
So, yeah, let's move on to Fox, because we've been on Samus for a minute. I think Fox is number 5. I don't know. It doesn't matter that much.
Okay, so I think Fox in a number of ways is actually kind of similar to Link, and that I think his Nair is pretty centralizing in the matchup, and he also wants to jump in. He's better on shield. Like, he gets more frame advantage and can jab you out of a Nair. So a lot of it, there's sort of 2 ways to play around it, and you should be doing both of these, is challenging him. Like, if you both jump at the same time, Link usually wins. His Nair is a lot better of a hitbox. Same with his fair if you want to, if you think you're that far ahead of him. So you can challenge him like that, and he doesn't get that much off of hitting you high. Off of him hitting you high, it's farther for him to get down. Doesn't combo as hard. Or spacing back and whiff punishing, and that should be the basis of your gameplay against his jumping. He obviously has a really good dash attack too, and gets a lot off of it, and you should be playing around that. But the thing is, jumping beats Link and Fox approaching, basically. Like, both of them really want to full hop a grounded option and then come down on top of you. So playing around, that's obviously really important. Sorry, continue. Did you have something?
Oh yeah. How do you feel about his follow-up height? I think he goes slightly above ours, but
I think I can.
does it work really well to intercept him by challenging?
I mean, you can. You want to outrange him though, because we can't outspeed him air to air. So you got to be kind of careful about how you challenge him air to air, and I just don't think it's it's easier against characters that don't fall as fast because you have more time to do it. That's not what I meant to do.
It's
also another thing I feel like
Sorry, continue.
is centralizing in the matchup. Yeah, I'll just finish real quick. Is that being patient in shield is crucial because they have so good as you said, follow-up pressure. Once they do, then
You gotta wait your turn.
Jab or up tilt. Yeah, just let them do the second laggy option. And if you force them to grab after nairing, that's a huge risk on their part usually, or a riskier option.
Fox has at least as far as the order goes, we're almost bottom 10, or we might be bottom 10 in jump height, in full hop height. Fox is in the top third. So it's a good deal higher than us.
I don't think that changes the horizontal interaction very much.
Yeah.
Because it's both you're both getting the same foot hitbox. Is what's being challenged. And in my experience against my local Foxes and against Luis, it was really good. But obviously, like, he's trying to do the same thing to you, right? He's trying to bait your misses, so you need to be careful.
I'll say also on this. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, continue.
Well, what I was gonna say on this air-to-air point, if we like full hop under his nair, I don't think his nair so we space so we get the foot hitbox that's way above our foot, right? Our hitbox on our foot is more above our foot than his is below his foot. So if he comes down on that hitbox,
not coming on your head, you beat him. Like, he needs to hit the parts that without a hitbox. His nair matches up poorly against ours. It's like a bad hitbox matchup. I've got it pulled up on my screen.
Yeah,
he just generally has smaller hitboxes.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
So it just matches up poorly, and that's because you don't want to you don't want to try and dash back every time. So this is sort of your mix-up for like trying to get him to whiff.
Oh, hi, Kappas.
I actually wanted to try in training mode pack, just make him full up nair, just to see how it interacts. But I'll let you guys know when I see how it works. But I could see nair just generally being in our favor, because if it hits high, it's kind of huge to get him off stage.
Well, and you want to like jump and come down on top of him when he dash attacks. That's how you beat dash attack, and like dash grab, obviously.
How do you feel about up air in the matchup?
Up air? Well, he has to call you out.
Fox.
Yeah, he has to call you out generally to get that. Like, he needs to be deep in you. It's like kind of hard for him to connect, but obviously he gets a ton off of it. Pretty common.
Like short up air.
Yeah, pretty common for him to do that when he's like in angel recovery. He'll try to read something. Generally, he has to like read something to get it. He can't just like get it easy peasy anymore like in Smash 4. But he gets a lot off it when he does. It's hard for him to do against like a naring link. Like it's hard for him to connect an up air on that. You know, it needs to be spaced super tight against like a fast falling link. It seems hard.
Yeah.
I have some controversial opinions on the stages for Fox.
Are you gonna say FD is bad for us?
No, I think
Battlefield.
FD is actually the best stage.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, FD is bad for us. No, I had it backwards. FD is...
Oh, okay.
FD is good for Fox. I think Battlefield's good for us.
Yeah, that's the take I was waiting for.
Okay.
I think Smash Hill is the best stage, and Battlefield's the second best stage. And the reason for that is because he relies so much on full hopping over you to get openings that if you can sort of keep it to short hop height because of the Battlefield platforms, like if you can keep him from not doing aerials above like short hop height, then it's super hard for him to get in. My matches against Foxes where I go Battlefield are bad. Like they have a lot of trouble, and they always take me to in early in Ultimate because Battlefield was his best stage in Smash 4, right? So I assumed it was kind of the same. I always took him to FD and Kalos, and it was super hard until I like learned the matchup better.
I don't have like an opinion on Battlefield, but I actually really agree on FD. I think it's not only a full hop thing. I think it can be kind of hard for us to land on FD against certain characters. Fox and on the Spacey Threat Falco being among them.
Kalos is also bad, which is weird since normally I really like Kalos.
Yeah, I remember you taking Luis to Kalos, or he taking you.
No, he took me there twice, and at first I was all into it, and then I got messed up there twice. So
yeah,
and then you dared at disadvantage, and
well, I'm
joking.
I didn't. Well, the thing is, the Fox in my region is pretty good, but I normally beat him without worrying about stages. So it's not something I've ever had to like. That's not something I've been tested on before, really. Okay.
Yeah.
Who else?
Cool.
Who's next on the Smash list? I guess we skipped Yoshi and Kirby.
So we skipped Yoshi and Kirby.
So how we're doing it, Jay, is if someone thinks they're experienced on the matchup, they'll like lead the talk. So do you have experience with either Yoshi or Kirby?
I play a little bit of Yoshi. So I would say I'm more
Yoshi.
knowledge about that character. So I just wanted to let you know I tested the Fox thing, and there's like no way his snare beats our snare. It's like it cleanly loses in every way.
Yeah.
So that's just a
Well, I'm
fun
glad
fact for
I've
those who
been.
want to know. It's confirmed.
I'm glad my anecdotal evidence has been proven.
Yeah, the science doesn't lie.
Also,
All right, so Yoshi.
Yeah, what were you saying?
oh, I was just gonna say,
Tell us your thoughts on how you should
Oh,
play
go ahead.
Yoshi.
Yeah, I'm thinking even, and could leaning winning, actually. But it's a very awkward matchup. It's one of those where you would think out of shield would be great, but his pancaking and his airspeed makes it very annoying. So it's very about with punishing from the sides and camping, in my opinion. So I don't know how you guys feel.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because you'd think with such good airspeed, you want to be careful about fading back, but he's so committal that you can usually call him out a lot of the time. Like, you can see where he's drifting in Fair, and I think Fair's really good in that match.
Yeah, I agree too. Even like dash back F tilts or pivot F tilts can actually help even more. Yeah, F smash too. Like the range is huge in that matchup because he doesn't have that good range, or disjoints, I should say, horizontally.
And they always like to be hovering in the air, which I think makes them bad against Rang. Like, I think you kind of need to play a little more grounded against Rang, and they don't know that a lot of the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
you would think his snare. Yeah, you would think like his snare kind of mitigates it, but it's too small. Like his disjoint disappears immediately after the initial hitbox, so it's not like Link snare at all. So he's kind of soft.
I think the eggs are actually a pretty good move, and definitely you have to play around them and be really cognizant of them. I think you definitely need to be ready to nair them or shield them or dash under them. I think a lot of the time for certain projectiles, particularly ones that arc, like the Piranha Plant, Neutral B, or Egg, people miss opportunities to dash under and punish.
Yeah.
For a lot of projectiles like that. So that's definitely a way you can get openings on Yoshi, because a lot of the time they'll like throw an egg behind you to catch your like dash back, or like you behaving defensively, especially if you're being like if you're trying to bait them in, and those are generally the opportunities where you can jump in, and it's hard for him to like challenge Fair.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Links have a misconception about how to play it, and then they get rolled because they look at the numbers at Ultimate Frame data and they see, oh, -7 or worse, so they feel like it's an up B matchup. I think it's one of the least up B matchups.
And they can fade back super far.
Yeah, like and command grab. So
definitely
getting stuck in shield is horrible.
Up B is nice for preventing cross-up aerials sometimes, though, but yeah, I'd agree. I'd also say it's one where, like, because Yoshi's kind of floaty, you feel like you want to boomerang a lot. But it's just sometimes, like, kind of hard to hit him with boomerang. Or, like, boomerang can just get interrupted by egg whenever. So you got to be kind of careful about
it. You definitely have to be cognizant of the, like, timing and the placement.
Or he has
definitely not one to just throw randomly, but I think it's really good when you get a good one.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that statement. One other thing, this is just, like, a particular... On a lot of matchups, I'll probably speak more to advantage the neutral just because I feel like that's my strength. Yoshi, I like having, when he has to come back from on stage, I like having a bomb in hand. Because I feel like nair spam or things like that are kind of risky because, he can just choose to armor. Bomb in hand is really good for preventing him from going high. We can't really follow people in the air. If he goes high, he can kind of jump in, go wherever he wants on stage. I think having at least some access to bomb rather than trying to set play with it can really discourage him from just going past us. You can still use aerials, like you can do Z-drop fair to beat out him trying to jump on stage and armor. But I don't know, controlling whenever in advantage you can control his ability to just jump in over us, I think that's a super important thing in the matchup.
Yeah, I will add on that, and that I think bomb ledge chopping is pretty bad. Like you could just armor, and as you say, C-drop nair is great for like just walling out, like brute forcing with high egg recoveries. You clank with the egg, and if you hit the nair, you can combo into like bomb throw, detonate sometimes too. So it's like many advantages to doing that over bomb ledge chopping.
Cool. Do you guys have a stage preference?
I like FD,
Yeah.
big stages, horizontal.
You don't like Smashville?
I can see Smashville being fine, but if he gets his juggles there, he can like carry you. Like he can get like 4-uppers.
Yeah, he can
but-
definitely ladder.
Yeah.
But on
So-
paper, it seems like it would be a good place, though. Like, generally against characters I like want to call out, I want a close space.
Yeah. And you can also get like the privilege of catching landings a bit more easier there, like keeping center
It's
and
true,
then
he is also good
covering
at catching
sides.
nice landings.
I honestly don't
Yeah.
think stages like are super important for this one, because on the flatter stages it can be hard to land. On the, the plat stages it can be hard to, or on the plat stages you can get laddered. But neutral has its costs and benefits. Like he can't really jump in on you on plat stages, but I don't know. I don't think it matters too much. Except I will always say ban Yoshi's story versus almost every character on this list. Anyway.
Especially Yoshi, yeah. I see that. I think the ceiling is
can't
more
let him go
important.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't let him get the music power up. That's no go. And yeah, he will kill you off the top with upper and up smash, and yeah, he's like million confirms into what looks like up tilt. Like everything looks like up tilt to me. F tilt, up air.
Oh, they're like the same move. I don't-
Yeah, and back air is like up tilt just the other way. So it's like
It's all the
everything
tail
looks the same
action,
to
yeah.
me.
Yeah,
So-
Zoful, we're definitely not. I'm never letting you go to story.
Yeah.
You think he's even? I think we probably beat Yoshi.
Yeah, I'm leading, winning, but I can see even, but I'm leading.
I'm fine putting winning, honestly, and I'm putting him above DK. DK like extra
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah, we spank on DK
Put him in
usually.
D tier.
Oh, poor
So,
DK.
Ooh.
Okay, we can talk on Kirby. We got a
Kirby.
little bit of Kirby. Got a little bit of Kirby experience, I guess. So a lot. The thing to think about with Kirby is he's pretty immobile. Ouch! But he's really immobile. He's slow in the air, or not super fast on the ground. Doesn't have good approach options. And basically, everyone who plays Kirby knows this and won't approach you. But you can make him approach you.
You got ball boomerang.
Long story short, so you can a lot of people I think misunderstand some of the applications of bomb, and bomb is really good on a shield, but not because you detonate it. So having a bomb on someone's shield basically gives you an 8-frame attack on them at all times. So if they drop shield in any circumstance, you can now threaten them from anywhere. So they have to either grab the bomb or jump or roll or whatever. And it forces them to do something. It forces them to commit, and that's what you catch. So Kirby, if he's out in the corner, if he's waiting, like ducking under or whatever, Kirby's love ducking, and you have a bomb, you toss a bomb at him. He has to either jump it, which commits him, or he shields it, which puts him into this position where he has to commit to something else, and you can beat that. So I would never feel the need to approach Kirby. He'll slowly make his way over to you, but it's just to bait you. I would not
Also, if he's
feel the need to
jumping,
chase him.
if he's jumping around, you can just kind of throw a boomerang at him. You didn't really have good
Oh,
options
yeah.
for it.
Kirby sucks when he's jumping. Then
You
can
don't
just
want to
spam
fight him
you
up
can nair
close,
him.
though. He hurts to fight up close
He
nowadays.
has really good buttons. Yeah, definitely don't want to get grabbed. You don't want to get smash attacked, or kind of the things to worry
Or
about.
up tilted.
Yeah.
Just don't interact with him. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, just
And it also-
play to your sword. I think Blink's normals on the ground are actually pretty important, especially up jab and forward tilt.
Dude, I don't know. His forward smash has a lot of range.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
but
actually a
you-
really good up smash.
I
Yeah,
swear his foot's a
but
sword.
no, he definitely has good moves, but you make him come to you, so you
Yeah.
can sort of engage with it. You don't necessarily want to be committing with aerials if he's on the ground ready to dash back. That's how you get forward smashed and how you get grabbed.
Yeah.
So normal, as usual, if you can nair him in such a way that he can't get out of the way fast enough, by all means do it. But you don't want to get a bad nair on him or do a missed nair.
Yeah.
Just
So
I
you
feel
want
like
to be
it's,
careful. You want to be careful.
similar to
committing
Yoshi.
forwards.
I feel like it's similar to Yoshi in that he has superior frame data. You don't want to jump in, but he doesn't have the egg. He doesn't have the airspeed. So
He also
But-
kind of gets edge guarded pretty hard.
Oh yeah, because he can't
Like,
snap.
yeah.
You can just put bomb at ledge if you want to do that.
Well, I feel like
Can you
he doesn't.
detonate on reaction?
He can't jump
Yeah.
the bomb. Well.
I do
Like,
it online.
Oh wow. Okay. That's cool.
Well, I feel like off stage you can get him. Like you can, if you get above him, you can nair his up B every time. And if you can, you can like threaten aerial spin attack, and you can throw bomb and force him to jump and like call him out. Like he's so floaty that his air dodge just is terrible, and you instantly kill him, basically.
And bomb's good for preventing
And-
flanking too.
Yeah, and his jumps are so small that you can just like call them out easily. It's hard for him unless he goes really high or really low, like, and you can still do stuff in those cases. So
Yeah, I
definitely
agree.
like feel free to get active off stage and just like put yourself close enough that you can like threaten at me. He has to do something.
I think he's one we can move on from because I don't know that there's much more to say. He's bad.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Stages
He's
maybe.
bad.
Oh,
He's not-
stages?
Sure.
He's not. I don't have strong preferences.
Yeah. I feel like he's also like a character that kills off the top a bit, like up smash.
He
and,
can. Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
He's got some kill
Yeah.
power, definitely.
I'll avoid story and then whatever I feel like on the day.
Yeah, slants are making it worse.
Definitely be careful.
Oh, yeah, story like that.
being.
Mhm.
He's definitely one that you like want to bomb recover for, and you can.
hmm
Yeah.
He can like chase you
Although you do have to watch out for the rock.
for bomb.
He kind of has trouble
Some-
dealing with high
dude,
bomb
you just
recovery,
gotta
I
like
believe.
not get hit by it. It's not that like good, but you do have to like make sure you don't get hit by it. Like you're not paying
Yeah, yeah.
attention.
Okay,
I agree.
Pikachu. I remember Jama wanted to do Pikachu.
Okay.
Okay, I know we're probably gonna end up putting him in losing, because that's the way things have gone with Pikachu. I like think nowadays it's even, but anyway.
How do you play the matchup?
I think Nair's really good. I mean, I'm gonna say Nair's really good in the matchup because Pikachu does most of the poaching. Neither character can really camp out the other because Pikachu's got good burst options in, but we can harass his camping with bomb well enough that Pikachu's the one that's better at approaching. A lot of times he's going to be trying to run in with T-Jolt, bait out options. Nair beats most of those options. He runs at you and bears, you just Nair on top of him. He runs at you and dash attacks, jump out of the way, Nair on top of him.
Really, I find that Pikachu's fair and out of shield options are pretty good against dash attack. Or pretty good against Nair. I mean,
Yeah. I just want to break in and just say, Nair, I think short up Nair is like vastly superior to full up Nair in this matchup.
yeah, I don't like full hopping this one.
Pikachu's fair is more disjointed diagonally above, and that will beat your full up Nair, like your high Nairs almost every time,
I agree.
and it's reactable.
Yeah, short hop Nair probably is what I use more, but I think either Nair works, sort of dependent on what you think Pikachu's going to do. Because he does have a lot of options to approach with.
I think a really big part of the matchup is playing around to short hop aerials. I think that's like all he does that's good, basically. And if he doesn't connect those or maybe grab, he's not going to beat you. Like, and they're pretty committal, even though like if he's auto canceling them, they like that's a long time to be in the air for. Like I think in my experience winning the matchup, and my buddy picked up Pikachu a little while ago, so I've been playing it a fair amount, is playing around the short hop aerials and making sure you're not getting clipped by a bear that she can string off stage or a fair. And I find that contesting it like head on a lot of the time is problematic. The hitboxes don't match up well.
Yeah, he is one that like you take your interaction you want and then you get out of there. You don't keep interacting. He's honestly not outside quick attack. He's not that fast, and he can't really outmaneuver us in the air.
Yeah, his air stats
like
are kind of bad
can.
actually.
But up air's scary. Up air beats our Nair pretty clean. So if you're predictable in the air, especially with landing and stuff, he can just keep juggling you.
Yeah.
Also
But
pretty
I
important
feel
to play
like-
around kill confirms at high %, obviously.
Yeah.
Like drag down stuff, you need to play around that. It's really important. But you can up B all the drag down moves too, like all the ones that combo into kill
Nair?
moves.
I think so. Yeah, I can see
I
that.
up B it.
I feel like this is a matchup where you have to be ready for a lot of like specific things, like quick attack. You have to be ready for the pancaking. By the way, like his auto shield is way better behind. So if you like Nair in front, he can't do anything.
Yeah.
He has pretty short grab. If you crouch, you go under is fair. So it's pretty good actually. People don't know that crossing up Nair is kind of bad in the matchup sometimes.
Well,
Unlike
I've seen
usual.
good Pikachus. Like my buddy runs in, turns around shields.
Yeah, that's clever.
Like-
Yeah, that's people do it more.
No, if you hit the back of his shield, sometimes our Nair can be safe on the back of his shield. But if you hit the back of his shield, you pretty much want to hold shield so you don't get bared.
But you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't. Well, taking back air isn't awesome on shield. It's hard to get it if they fall.
Well, but you can't do anything else either. Like they're gonna throw out the back air.
Yeah.
If you hit the back of their shield, they're going to back air, and the only thing you can do is shield.
Oh, you can roll.
You can't buffer roll. It's like
you can
frame
roll
4.
Yeah, it will
shield.
catch any escape option other than shield. It's like barely safe enough because Pikachu is kind of small, so its shield is kind of short as well. So it's
Well,
like
if it's-
-6.
Well, assuming you're doing a soft nair, like a short shield is faster to fall to the ground.
Mhm.
Like,
No, we're saying it's safe.
It's safer to do
Safer.
it on. Well, like a good nair on Pikachu shield, you can definitely roll before they bear.
I don't know. It's frame 7. Nair.
Yeah,
is
and
his
you're
back air out of shield.
intangible at 4.
Well, but our Nair's
roll.
like never gonna be safer than like -5, right?
Oh, it's -2,
Yeah.
-3 all the time.
Wait, you're talking about hard Nair?
Sometimes, yeah.
That's kind of hard
Sure,
to
I'll
hit
hard
Pikachu.
Nair.
Yeah, hard Nair. Yeah, that I will agree.
Yeah,
And then you can roll. Then you can dash sometimes even.
I've
But yeah,
shown
generally
plenty good
like high Nair.
places.
I wouldn't say it's a high Nair matchup anyway, so I agree
Yeah.
with the hard Nair idea.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like most of the nairs against Pikachu should be like hard or, like hard or close to, like or low at least.
Yeah, short ups.
You don't want to be like doing high nairs against the rat.
You could also up B's back here, but you have to time as well when his last hit ends. He is very good at it.
It's pretty easy to punish it if he doesn't fall it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, if his fast falls,
the
it kind
auto-cancel
of gets
one's
awkward.
the fast fall one's is hard. The auto cancel one's a joke. That's a real easy. That's a really stubby.
Oh,
Yeah, because it's a risk reward in your favor, right? Because if you up B the slow one, the auto cancel, you get it. And if you don't, he gets sliding hitbox that deals like 4%, and it's a reset. So
Yeah,
it's not
I
too
don't
bad.
love being like in a tech chase against Pikachu, but yeah.
I'll also say.
Yeah, I don't
big
think he
thing-
has
oh,
the frames to follow up, but I could be wrong.
But big thing in the matchup for me: do not get edge guarded below 40%. If you get back aired, you do not jump. You can make it back with bomb jump. You do not ever waste your jump off stage.
Yeah, SDI up and away.
Yeah.
He will have to pull up the last back air, and then he can't do another one.
But if you live to about 40 or 50%, you can consistently bomb jump from pretty much anything he does. He has a lot of trouble killing us, in my opinion, after about 40% when he can't really edge guard us as easily
There's
anymore.
definitely like a window between like 40 to like
160.
110.
Well,
he can
yeah.
he can drag down up smash you before 160.
Well, I mean, largely once his confirms start, though, I'm not as scared about his grab. Between like
you
the
gotta make sure-
100
so
when his air
obviously
combos
make sure
start
you
and the
either grab.
160 when his grab goes.
Another thing they like to do is the like bear you stage spike thing, and for that you just need to pay really close attention to their fast fall. Right.
There's
You pay
another
atten-
trick you can do. That is the option select. Like you press up B and you also press tech. So if you fall out, you up B.
That's the
And if you
nerdiest
get
thing
hit
I've
by
heard
the
in my
last
entire
hit,
life.
you tech. Yeah. Like it's actually a lot. Like Pikachu has so many execution tests that you have to know about. Like not jumping, like not full upping bad. Like don't try to overextend his pancaking. The back air option select, like all of that. Yeah, there's so many tests you have to be ready for.
I think it's hard to know if Pikachu and Link is losing or win, like it's losing even or whatever, because there aren't any like really good games.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I've played local good Pikachu's, but they never outplaced me before. Like, so I don't, I'm sure no one here's played like a really good Pikachu.
Yeah.
I used to have a practice partner who played Pikachu, but yeah, I get what you mean. Like, yeah, the level is. It's hard to say like if it is like a player thing or if it's like actually the matchup. And I feel like Pikachu has the potential to just find a counterplay, and he has more tools. So.
Oh, let's put it in losing. I think a conservative losing.
That's fine.
Yeah. It's not as bad as I used to think it was.
Oh,
I think there's a lot of things you
it's
can
definitely
do
one you have to know
to make it better. Yeah,
like, there are matchups you can just like play the same way as you play all the other matchups, and there are matchups you need to know. Like Samus, you have to know, and then it's even.
I agree.
Like Mario, like DK, you can just play Link and you'll be okay for the most part. Okay, Luigi's next.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pikachu
Jama, you have
stages.
a infamous stream match against a Luigi.
Yeah, but I lost that stream match. Oh, but Pikachu stages real quick. Just like no FD Kalos, take him to Battlefield PS2. It's, he doesn't like PS2.
I love Battlefield versus Pikachu. It's kind of weird.
But
because you gotta short up anyway, so I don't mind.
Yeah.
Platforms.
I think that's fine. We can just move on from that. Luigi, I think it's winning. I mean, Luigi's just another one you don't want to interact with. If you're close to him and you get grabbed, you might just die. He's really slow in the air.
Oh, it's horribly slow and super footy. Well, I think how it is on the ground, you like play keep away, and in the air, it's go time.
Yeah.
Like the second he leaves the ground, you like fair him or you nair him, you come down on him. Like you don't want to mess with him on the ground very much. Like do really safe stuff to him. Like don't.
Now, I'd say arguably playing platforms a lot with him is pretty good, just because it allows you.
He's so bad at moving. Like, how does he get under a how does he pressure Link if a bomb's under a like if a bomb's in the way? It's hard.
And it's not like he can just like land on a platform and grab, because his grab's so slow.
He is okay at sharking though. He can do a lot of fast aerials.
Yeah, but you can just jump away, and he can't really chase you in the air.
He's not awesome at chasing. Yeah, he's got to like call you out hard, and it's really committal. Yeah, I think definitely playing the platforms. So do you think you should camp plats until you're like at 15%?
I think that's a fair way to go about it. Yeah. If you can make him hit you past the grab percent range. Yeah.
How do you guys feel about blowing yourselves up?
I am pretty against it.
I don't really care about it.
Yeah. What I have explored is something that is a combination. It's like I try to like get openings. I have bomb. I combo into blowing both of us up.
This is a bad idea. I'm against it.
Just hit him. It's just something. Like they can find another combos to kill you anyway, but you're making it harder, I guess. But it's something I explored.
It's not something
at least better than just blowing yourself up.
Oh god. In Smash 4, I bombed myself out of ding dong percent pretty frequently. Like I killed a DK and I was at ding dong percent, I threw bombs on myself.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was the DK was so upset when they saw me doing that. They're like, "Wait, what are you? What are you doing?"
Oh, that's amazing.
Ding dong was stupid.
Yeah, it's
the fact that that's good counterplay is like problematic, I think. Okay, Ness. I have a lot of thoughts about Ness. I think a lot of people play the matchup now. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. I just wanted to say something about Luigi before we move on, and that is edge guarding him. I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities in that regard, and I think that's where Link
should be dead
excels.
Anytime he's like in the bubble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Like, and this is my time to plug my tech.
The rocket silliness should not fly. The side B. That should not be that should not be allowed.
You can just throw a bomb at him and it stops the side B.
Oh, you can do anything to it. It's really easy to mess with, is what I'm saying. Like, it's terrible.
But there's one thing that I see people struggle with that there is counterplay for, and that is low recoveries with up B. and that is to drop down with Nair. Ledge slip Nair. If you have seen how it works, it's so good versus Luigi because it just kills him so for free. Like, and if he has a double jump, you can still catch him again. It's so free.
Oh yeah, he's
So,
definitely you send him slightly down and away, and it's over.
Yeah, like pre-tumble, it's even worse, right? He can't even DI. So it's awesome. And you will always beat his B or Clank.
I would not go to FD versus Luigi. That's the only thing I care about. Don't go to FD.
You want plats?
Yeah, I want plats.
Yeah. I feel that.
Were we on
high ceiling if possible?
Sure. We're on Ness.
Okay, so I think a lot of people, in fact, I think some of the ways beating Ness is kind of similar to some of the other floaties we talked about, that he's like pretty vulnerable. His jumps are really committal, right? So, and he always jumps to do aerials, but they're a huge commitment for him. And that's like where he's vulnerable. He's really bad at landing if he can't like get his hitboxes on you. If you can like pop him up and get under him, it's really bad for him. But the thing is, his moves are both pretty disjointed and pretty good frame data. So you don't want to get called out. You don't want to jump first. You don't want to whiff into him. That's how people struggle with PK Fire. They like do laggy moves in front of net, like the Ness just dash back to PK Fire. Online Nesses are ridiculous. They just dash back PK Fire, and so many people jump into them that they've convinced themselves that that's okay, like that they can do that and win, and they really can't. Boomerang's super good against him. He has a ton of trouble against Boomerang. He has some trouble against Bomb, particularly if he's not approaching. He's another one that hitting rising aerials is really important, like up smashing them out of shield. Bearing them, doing whatever, like making sure you punish rising aerials on your shield.
Yeah.
Like, don't let him get away with it. He has bad airspeed. He has bad... And, he's a floaty, and that's a bad combination.
I'll say...
I feel like one thing that kind of ties in with... sorry. I'll wrap up quickly.
You're fine.
That is kind of similar to Yoshi, and that is... Link is like blessed with a safe aerial that you could barely avoid rising in airs out of shield. So like it's going to be like -6, 7, so you could consistently bait him to do rising airs and back airs and punish.
Oh yeah, there are definitely a lot of characters that are in just the habit of doing rising aerials, and Link is really good against them generally.
Yeah, and his grab range is small, so you have to space poorly or not cross up to be afraid of it.
Well, and like whiffing a grab's bad. So like, if he tries to grab, you can like, he has to guess even then, right? So exactly. It's like, yeah. So even if it's like the worst snare ever, he still kind of has to guess. What were you saying, John?
One thing I'll say this is something I've been working on a little more quarantines. I haven't played offline so much. I think starting from platforms isn't a horrible place to be versus Ness. One of the big things is he likes to come from that...
Say again? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Attacking from platforms. I have a couple reasons for this. First off,
him sharking you.
Well, yeah, you don't necessarily want to be like he's under you on a platform, but like if you like say you're like, I don't know, like he's over there on the left, you're on the platform on the right. I personally think we're actually have a decent time coming down on top of him. I think his up air seems scarier than it is because it's really scary when he's already got advantage started. In neutral, he doesn't go up very fast, and the up air hitbox isn't that big. And
well, it's usually fair that beats you out.
Well, but if you come down straight on his head, not necessarily. And if he has to jump up at you, and you can nair down on top of him, that's not a good situation for him. Another thing is, it avoids PK Fire entirely, which is part of where the, online component comes in. Obviously, PK Fire is a lot easier to play around offline.
Well, I think generally how it works is he has to call you out to beat you.
Yeah.
And him trying to call you out is really committal. Like, up air or fair can beat you, but he has to, like, full hop at you. And if you didn't do the thing he expected, he's totally, he's screwed. Is I think what the situation is. So you have to just be sure not to be predictable, and then he becomes really susceptible to all the stuff.
Yeah. Also,
is I think how it works.
This is outside of the platform thing, but I think he's again. This is a lot of characters versus Link, but I think forcing him off stage is super important. You can get so many early stocks.
You have to be ready to kill him for air dodging, though.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
What move do you guys use?
F tilt. Or
I usually depends on
maybe
where.
bomb.
I usually try to down tilt.
I'll usually have a bomb ready versus Ness because it can force a lot of bad decisions with PK Thunder, or if he chooses to PK Thunder, you can just time blowing it up unless he's really close. So
yeah, you can actually not detonate the bomb, and if he hits the bomb, he gets like the short PK fire or PK Thunder. Too.
If it hits him during the hit, because it's hurt box.
Yeah, then it's better not to
intercept. Yeah,
and it can also clank with the jolt.
What do y'all think about stages?
So there's a question about Ness's aerials being committal. They're committal because he's floaty with bad airspeed, so his location is locked in the air, basically.
So it's not the aerials themselves, his position.
So they're low landing like Link's, but the difference is Link can fast fall out of them super quickly. So if Ness does a rising aerial, he's extremely committed. Same with characters like Samus or Luigi. If they do rising aerials, they have huge problems if they don't hit.
Yeah. I feel like there's one important mix-up you have to play around, and that is double jump cancel PK fire. It's actually pretty safe if you do it right, and it can overshoot bad ranks really bad. So then it will get like huge.
Yeah, there's definitely it's also super susceptible to you calling it out though.
It goes both ways.
Like you can hop it and fair them, or go under and not be them.
Yeah, I generally just
I've heard it can be safe on shield. I could be wrong. Because it auto cancels in a weird way. I'm not sure.
I think it does auto cancel, but you can go if it's on your shield, it's probably safe. But you can go under it or over it. It's kind of like the egg thing. There are times where if you go under, you can punish. Because if it's going directly at you, and you're already running forward, you can keep running forward instead of shielding. Like people will shield when they see a move gets run out, but a lot of the time the move will miss.
Oh. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying a lot of people do that to Rang. I throw a Rang and bounce it so it barely misses them, and they'll put themselves in shield, and the Rang will be really active, and they put themselves in a terrible position because they just assumed I was going to throw it right at them.
Yeah.
True.
So it's really important to see where the projectile is going before you try to shield it.
So I have one more point on Ness, and then we can probably move on because I think we've talked a good deal about him. Recovering against Ness, I think bomb jump can be super important because Yo-Yo's scary, and I don't think Ness is good at covering bomb jump because he doesn't have good vertical movement. Plus up air is a multi-hit.
Horizontal, you mean?
No. Well, he also has trouble going out and challenging it, but he can't really do anything about a high bomb recovery either. Because he just can't get up there and back.
He can't do anything against up B either.
But up B, I mean, I prefer bomb recovery to up B. But if you get in a situation where you have to up B,
it's easy to space it to beat the yo-yo stuff.
Yeah, space the tipper,
which is really funny, and I love it.
I've reversed so many Nesses. I cannot believe they've done. I've killed a Ness 3 times in one set. How can you keep doing it? It wasn't an accident. I did that to you on purpose.
They just really believe in yo-yo.
It's such a basic maneuver. They should be less reliant on their jank. Captain Falcon is next.
Captain Falcon. Get him off stage and win. Oh, did we say Ness winning?
I don't think it's quite that simple.
It's got some
mix-up. No, I think we body Ness.
Yeah, same. Where is Captain?
I think Lucas is actually a harder matchup.
I can agree.
Yeah, I see that too. I can see it.
Actually, do you want to skip to Lucas since we just did Ness?
The PK kids?
We can.
We can do the Mother Boys.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, should we do that?
Don't put Falcon on losing already. I think Falcon is better than people
losing?
Face.
I was never putting him in losing.
Do Lucas. We can talk about Lucas. There's some questions about Lucas a little while ago anyway. So I think he actually plays really differently than Ness. His properties are actually really different. He has really good airspeed. And he spaces you out and he plays he tries to play pretty normal neutral with you, but then in advantage, he can just blow you up really fast. Like, it's really easy for him to spike you. It's really easy for him to gimp you. He has all sorts of stuff that, like, can lead into spikes from the stage. I think it's, like, kind of the even to winning-ish area. Like, I think Link... I think if Lucas is having to kill you conventionally, you're usually winning. If he... So, maybe the, like... 4th, 5th, 6th best guy in San Diego main's Lucas. So I play against him a lot. He's like one of my training partners. And like there are a ton of sets where he like kills me at 0 and then we just play neutral for the rest of the game, like pretty normal back and forth stuff, and Link wins since he's better at it. He just has better buttons for it. He like kills easier, he has bigger hitboxes, less landing lag. Boomerang's really good in the matchup, obviously. Good against almost all the floaties.
But don't do it
Lucas doesn't have a good
fire.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to like. So the PK fire like explodes when it hits something, and it like explodes forwards. So you don't want to like throw a ring, have it hit the ring, and then explode into you. But getting it under him's really bad for him. You want to be careful. If you give him space, he can like do safe Zaire stuff on you. You definitely want to like not let him be able to pin you down. You want to be sort of shifty with your movement. Make it hard for him to like guess where you'll be, so when he commits, you can like nair on top of him. He's pretty susceptible to that. Be really careful off stage. Being like really disciplined there is super important.
Oh yeah, gotta save your
head. That's where you lose. I think if you lose, that's the up B jank or the down smash 2 frame. Even PK freeze has its time and place, and PK fire.
I think he's the one.
Yeah, Lucas's up B's way. Yeah, if you can. But the thing is, he can kill you if you like do it in such a way.
Well, I'll do it once I've seen him. Like I'll just up B high sometimes once I see he's committed to PK
Once
Thunder.
He's coming off, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like not before he's committed to PK Thunder, but once I see he's doing that, I'm not just gonna do it if he can down smash, obviously.
Well, he can just run off and kill you too. His aerials are really scary.
Yeah, true. Down here's kind of.
He's just so mobile that he's floating enough. He can wait with you, right? Like he can wait for you to commit. And he has good enough airspeed that he can get anywhere. So it's kind of scary.
You also gotta be kind of careful with the bomb pulls for bomb jump, because he'll just like jump
out
and PK fire.
Oh yeah, he totally can.
Yeah, sure.
So definitely
lastly, he's better at ledge as well than Ness, I would say.
Yeah.
With the snake thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and him jumping over is better. Like, he can, he has good enough airspeed. He can get over you. And like drift back. So definitely one to like be cautious of. If you get up attack him and he's shielding, he'll downer you to kill you. Like it'll carry you off and he'll spike you.
Oh wow, you can do that?
Oh, it's horrible.
Wow.
I think I think I'd put it in even, to be honest.
I think winning, but I've fought less good Nesses, so I'm willing to defer to even. Or Lucas, sorry.
Yeah, and PK Thunder is obviously super dangerous. You want to not jump into it ever. Like, if it's going to hit you, you want to up B into it, not jump into it.
Oh yeah, if your double jump gets caught by PK Thunder, that's GG.
You're dead, yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
But if you you can up B over and touch the tail to get it back. You can do tricks with it you have to be pretty aware of the situation. But you have to be pretty careful around him. Okay, Captain Falcon?
Yeah. Do you want to talk about stages for Lucas, or a general rule of thumb?
I don't have super strong preferences.
Don't go to story.
I'm pretty happy going to platforms against him. I don't think they're that problematic. I think they help in the projectile thing, but they're not as But you want to be able to full hop aerial more than he does.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he's a floaty, so I never mind going to FD versus floaties, just because Boomerang's so strong.
Yeah, I think
I don't really care.
There could be a case for anywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
It's more depends on what kind of Lucas you're playing.
I will say, Smashville has tended to be kind of annoying versus Lucas. I wouldn't take him there, because he.
Oh, sorry, continue.
I don't know. I feel like he does benefit somewhat from side blast zones sometimes. And just being so close to him, and he can just throw out Zaire, throw out forward air, or being in range of PK fire all the time, is kind of tough. So I don't like the short stage versus him.
So I think there's
I like Talon.
I think that is a decent point, and I think there's a misconception about short stages. People think that short stages always favor the like slower character, and I don't really think that's true. I think short stages generally favor the character with the better recovery in the matchup. So the character that gets more from hitting the other one off stage like short stages. So I think that's a good stage for Lucas because he gets so much off of getting Link off stage.
That's true. He can hit you off stage.
Like the easier the hit is to put them into like a dangerous ledge situation. Like you hit someone from the center of PS2 to the ledge, that's not dangerous at all.
Mm-hmm.
You hit someone from the center of Smashville to off stage, that could be dangerous. Like, you know, if you extend it out a little bit. Like, and that's how Lucas kills you, by like throwing you off and then reading something and then you die.
Yeah,
I
I haven't
think
really
they're
thought about that,
definitely-
but it's a good point.
And that's for part of the reason why I like PS2 against characters with sort of better like edge guarding, because it's harder for them to get me off.
I agree.
Captain Falcon.
Either of you have a Captain Falcon training buddy?
Not really.
I play Falcon a bit, so I
Okay,
played a
well,
matchup.
talk about it.
I think if Falcon knows how to challenge Nair or how to pin you down, pressure you safely, his punish game is like, it seems like
It's really
even
good.
losing. It's very easy to combo Link. Very, very easy. It doesn't matter how you DI, man. Almost. Like, Nair is like the only truly redeeming factor. And up B, I guess. But his Nair back air is safe on shield. So it's not free at all.
It's definitely not about not letting him get the like starter hit.
Yeah. Like, if he gets going, like in Nair 2, a Raptor boost, even a straight grab, that's huge for him. So I'm leaning even. But and I also kind of made edge guarding a little bit worse. Before, you can kind of just Nair, and if you got the grab, you could tech jump for there. You can still up B though if you're close to the ledge.
Yeah, I mean,
But
if you don't,
it used to be easier.
if he's far enough out, like he should never make it back. But
the change also makes it so if he gets an up B out of shield and neutral, he can like chase you way harder. Like, it's a neutral win for him. Before, it used to be a reset, so it's also different. In
That's
that way.
true. To be fair, I think the Captain Falcon up B out of shield's like kind of a gimmick.
Yeah. Like, if you know
Like-
about it and you don't spot dodge, because then he's gonna run you over with down
attack
air.
him again or dash away. Like, it's so slow.
Yeah, dash away, roll away is better. Like, everything outside of shielding is better.
Yeah, anything. It only beats shielding. Like,
Mm.
and it's not like Captain Falcon like is awesome at attacking you out of shield.
Yeah, not even parry up B is enough usually. So it has to parry jab to get to anything meaningful versus Nair usually. Parry grab, and that is kind of hard to do behind. So
But like
I
you
think-
can like fair his shield and jab him before he can up B even.
yeah, that's actually true.
Like, it's
I
really
know.
slow. You have to be playing into it.
Yeah, I think as long as you're careful not letting him get going, it should be fine. But you're not gonna control the pace versus Falcon. I feel like he is so fast. He can jump over
Well,
you.
I think a lot of it's about like cornering him. He's bad in the corner, in my experience.
Yeah, but what if he jumps
if
over
he-
you? What you gonna do? Like, full hop.
Well,
it goes really
you
high.
get under, like you get under him. Like, he's not awesome at, like if Link knows where he is, like getting a ring under him or naring him, or fairing him even.
Yeah,
He's not awesome
He's-
against that.
yeah, he's soft to right.
Like-
and he doesn't have a covering underside of him at all.
well,
That's true.
one thing I don't like in neutral against him, like if he runs at you, oh, I suppose he has up air, but if he runs at you and jumps, like I don't know, he's pretty committed on his dashes in.
That's true.
His dashes is awful.
If
That's
he
true.
jumps, if like you just jump up, he has to call you up with an up air, or you just get to nair down on his shield for free, and there's not much else he can do.
Well, he can not commit and whiff punish you,
Yeah,
which is generally what they're like trying
but
to do.
if they're committing all the way in, it's also weird because this matchup has like,
easier set.
the buffs are in the quarantine area, and I've just been fighting unreactable Captain Falcon for months now. Like, he can dash all the way across stage at me, and there's nothing I can do in quarantine.
Have you been getting hit by falcon kicks online?
It's
No,
hard.
you're jealous.
From the left, people get a fucking kick.
Oh, it's a frame one shield. Come on.
Yeah, and then I just don't get to chase him. He's got center stage back now.
I am not having any problems with online Captain Falcons. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think
godlike
Falcon
Captain
benefits
Falcons
from
you guys-
Wi-Fi. But
Okay, I think even maybe leaning winning in my opinion, but we can put him even.
Put him at the right side of even.
yeah, I'm thinking even. But like I also watched like French tutor play like Fatality, and I think French won. It didn't seem to work around Nair that well, and
Say again,
he edge
sorry?
guarded him consistently. French tutor and Fatality played. It was online though, so grain of salt. But it's like the most recent set I've seen at that level.
I don't know that there have been any real top Link versus top Falcon things.
Yeah, it's not much if that's the case. I can't think of any.
Puff? Oh wait, stages? What do we like
Oh.
versus Falcon? I don't care.
Go
to
sorry,
Tower
go
or
down for a second.
Kalos, because
Yeah, I think Battlefield and Smashville is great for him. Even Yoshi's like he gets the wall to help his recovery. Kalos
Yeah,
too.
I don't like plats against him. He actually gets a lot off of those.
Mhm.
Like his upper strings becomes twice as deadly. His sharking is really good. So yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Jigglypuff.
yeah.
So I think Jigglypuff is definitely a matchup you have to play a certain way and keep your composure in. Kind of like Lucas, he relies off gimping you at low percents or comboing into a kill. So playing around the like starters is really important, which are like Dare and certain Dares. And then in neutral, you need to be really aware of her aerials, like of her like range, and be playing around it. But she's really soft to Boomerang. I think she's pretty soft to Link's Fair and not awesome against Nair. Like, she doesn't have awesome frame data. So if you can get her to fight you like straight up, she has big problems.
Well, I think. See, I don't like challenging her straight on at all. I know her hitboxes in theory should lose to Nair, but she has so much airspeed that she controls any air-to-air interactions. Like she is the one who chooses when they happen.
Well, you only fight when she's coming in. Is the situation like you don't swing first?
I mean, yeah, but like then she's just like, you can't really punch her out of shield. It's gonna be hard. I think it's hard to beat her outright horizontally.
Well, I feel like Link has much better disjoints. I think she has a hard time with Fair.
Yeah, but it's a frame 16 move that you have to jump up with, and she has infinity airspeed, so she can just come all the way in as soon as she wants.
You don't necessarily jump in with it. You like hold your ground with it.
With Fair, but
and
still,
like that's a hard move for her to whiff punish.
I think it's like Yoshi. It's like you let them swing first, space horizontally. If they don't engage, then you have other ways of pinning them down if you need to get to that point.
She's another one. Oh, good. Sorry. I'm
yeah, like it also has like that up B is not that great. Even like up smash can be sometimes bad too because they're just gonna drift away.
Well, you need to know. You need to like. But the thing is, if they're drifting away on like punishable aerials, you can usually chase them with Fair.
Yeah, so you have to be flexible with. How
you have to be
punish them
ready
out
to.
of shield.
Yeah.
Don't look at the numbers of ultimate frame data and say like, oh, back air is not safe, and then like you're not
people
gonna
get too
use
caught
much
up
of
on
the-
like frame data and not enough caught up
I
on
agree.
like the positioning. Yeah.
One
the
thing-
drift, like the how high it hits.
Good people find a way to make shit safe.
One thing I've liked more, again, this is an online thing that I've been working on in quarantine.
Jama, you
Now,
that I've been working on. I've been working on my Wi-Fi.
It's I have found, again, with platforms, I like playing off platforms against her because I don't like challenging her horizontally. She has awful upward hitboxes. She's usually in the air, so she can't shield. And even if you get hit in the air, as long as you're not like double jumping, you know, you're more likely to survive an edge guard the higher you are, just because you're gonna have more time to choose when to bomb recover. I like being able to start from a platform and then get in the air and come down on her with an aerial, rather than being on the ground and having to challenge her horizontally.
So I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but you're like, oh no, short hop aerials, too committal, easy to whiff punish. Full hop aerials, those aren't committal at all. Really, really hard to whiff punish.
I'm not saying they're easy to whiff punish. I'm saying that she can control how they interact.
Well, I'm saying that's even more so for higher aerials, though.
I disagree, just because I don't think she has a way to beat high aerials.
Well, she doesn't stuff them out, but she also doesn't like stuff fair out super well.
But she beats it because it's frame 16 and she has top 1 airspeed.
Well, you're not fairing into her.
Yeah, but
you have to respect her burst range. Stay out, so she can't hit you. While
like,
it's starting
if you're going into her, you're probably naring or a big frame advantage.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I find it really hard to play anything horizontally with her.
I think it's true that coming down on top of her, she can't fight you. But I also think that that's the easiest situation to be put in a bad spot, and so you need to be careful.
I think her redeeming factor is edge guarding, but it goes both ways. So I think we win on stage, and we also can edge guard her, unlike most characters.
I think a lot of it's bomb and then calling out.
Yeah, bomb and then
beating air dodge.
Exactly. F tilt air dodge to ledge or whatever. It's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's talk Peach. My buddy plays Peach. Played a lot, particularly in the first couple months. So Peach is definitely kind of a blender. So you don't want to be. It's like the least. It's the least out of shield matchup in the game. Really, her fair pancakes, her float cancel aerials are super safe. She can do stuff out of them faster.
And if you miss one, you take infinity damage.
Oh yeah, she grinds you. So you definitely want to be fading back from a lot of your interactions. You want to let her swing first. A lot of the time, you don't want to hit her shield. You don't want to go into her super hard. Her movement's pretty bad without float. She's floaty with bad airspeed.
Mm-hmm.
So her movement isn't fast. It's just weird and tricky. And definitely lower level Peaches aren't even that weird and tricky. So I think it's a really good fair matchup. I think it's a hard hitbox for her to contest. Fair is the only thing close. But fair's good in matchups where you can kind of know where they'll be. Right? And I think she's definitely a matchup where you can know where they'll be. Bomb makes her jump, and Bomb makes her jump over it, which she doesn't like doing. Boomerang's awesome against her. It's one of the best matchups for Boomerang. You definitely need to play respectful around turn up and respectful around her aerials and respectful around Toad. They're all pretty good moves. Yeah. The bomber you usually want to whiff punish if you can. You can try to nair it out of shield, but it doesn't always space right, and it doesn't always work, and she can sometimes hit you. It's kind of like
I think you even have to fair out of shield to chase her. She could bounce really far back.
Well, the thing is, a lot of the time they can try to come back in. Because they get a nair on you if you drop shield.
If they bomber on shield, I'm not interacting.
Yeah, I don't think it's our turn. Not really our turn.
You can nair a little bit.
Maybe. I think it's you have to guess what they do, but they're just way more used to the interaction, so they usually guess right. Is how it works. Don't you know? We've got a lot of link stuff where we if you guess right, you can punish us, but we just know the interaction so much better.
Yeah, Boomerang on shield, the classic.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know what that does. Yeah, exactly.
No, I think Peach matchup is one where it's just super important to pick the right interactions, because we we don't have the mobility to do that in every matchup, but Peach is kind of slow. And we can beat out her hitboxes if we feel like it, but if we pick the wrong interactions, we take so much more damage than we deal to her.
She's pretty good at edge guarding too.
Yeah, she's also
Yeah,
kind of hard
Toad,
to steal
Phoenix.
stocks versus because her hedge guarding just has so many mix-ups.
Generally,
Or her
it's
recovery,
like
sorry.
not playing committal against her and not jumping in carelessly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't jump in against the Peach on the ground, really, unless I'm trying to mix them up in some sort of way. Like, you call them out in the air, you don't, and then you do stuff to try and make them jump.
Mm.
There's a lot of it, I think.
And
You don't want to like land on her shield and then she like starts float cancel naring you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she has way too much mix up close, like down tilt and float cancel in air, even back air. And her up air is like one of the best anti-airs in the game. It lingers and
very
it's hugely
disjointed.
disjointed. So you can't force things up close at all.
It's also like awkward a lot of times, and this is something I'll do a lot in the Diddy matchup, is sometimes when characters have projectiles in hand, Link can be like, especially if they want to throw things out of shield, like Link can be fine hitting their shield because they're not. Link's just safe, and you can just kind of hold shield, and they can't grab you out of shield if they have an item. But Peach can float cancel aerial you out of shield even with an item in hand, and that's really scary because then you get turnip comboed. And you don't want to get turnip comboed.
Terrible. She can like float cancel Z drop nair grab you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a nightmare.
Yeah, that's true. Another thing that's kind of redeeming about the matchup is that
I don't like plats against her.
I just wanted to mention like the one last thing about like almost no characters in the game can edge guard her. We can with bomb.
I'm
contest her up
fine
B.
hearing him. Can you like turn up his volume in particular in Discord? Should be able to.
Oh, you can't hear me?
No, I can hear you. I couldn't hear Jama for a second.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, I always heard you too.
Weird.
But yeah, basically, I just say that we have like an edge guarding on like many characters in this matchup because her up B is so disjointed.
Yeah.
And bursty.
Kind of hard.
Yeah, I think it's hard to edge guard her. You really have to like get her to. You have to pop her out and then kill her up B as she comes in.
Yeah, you could detonate
force
almost
her
the reaction to her up B.
and then like reverse ASA that B.
Yeah, that's true as well.
It's hard. Yeah, it's not trivial.
I prefer ledge trapping much to.
She's very hard to ledge trap, by the way. Yeah, I'm a long roll.
I don't agree.
Faster get up, very thin hurtbox, crouches when she gets up.
She's not fast though. Like she can't break out easily.
I think bomb ledge trapping is pretty good versus her because you can play more back toward roll distance, and even if she neutral get up, she's stuck in the corner, which I don't think she's good at getting out of the corner.
Well, neutral get up's the worst thing against bomb ledge traps.
Yeah, well,
I think
that's
her
scary
hitbox is
anyway,
really
even
weird.
if you don't.
There's something about it I can't explain. Something about it that's really weird.
Okay,
so
let's do
the bomb
2
really
or 3
well.
more and then call it. Next is Bowser, who I have played a lot of and have. So Bowser is actually pretty interesting. Bowser, I think, is a really strong character. You don't want to. It's all about whiff punishing against him. Basically, he's super committal. If he does anything, basically, like if he jump in fairs, which is what all the Bowsers want to do. They want to like jump up fair, side B, mix you up. He not only has to start the fair really early because it takes so long to start up, it's also laggy. So if he misses, he's in a horrible position. So a lot of it's about making him whiff and not getting mixed by him. And he can mix you up with fire breath. He can mix you up with side B. He can mix you up with fair. He calls you out really hard if you do anything in particular. Like if you're jumping a lot, he can call you out fair. And Link nairing a Bowser and Bowser fairing a Link is not an equal trade. Bowser gets a lot more. If it's like a 50-50 situation, like Bowser gets a lot more. You don't want to be put in that spot. You don't want to be in the like rising fair zone near Bowser. That's really bad. You don't want to let him land on your shield. That said, he has a lot of trouble with Boomerang. Fair amount of trouble with Bomb. So edge guarding him, a lot of people have had trouble with this and asked me for help. Basically, you get under and reverse ASA it every time. And if he's trying to hug the stage, you nair his jump. basically.
Yeah.
He's coming in. Like, you can Nair pop him out if you're trying to get under him, and then he's out and has to up B into your spin attack. It's definitely not easy. It's like Bowser has a lot of mix-ups he can do. It's not like a trivial thing, but it is the best way to kill him since he lives forever.
If you
Also
get him
not
without
awesome
a
kills.
jump, I've almost zeroed to death the Bowser with just reverse up B before.
Oh yeah, like once he doesn't have a jump,
Okay.
he's has a problem, right?
Mm.
The question is like you need to get his jump away from him, and then after that it's like just a piece of cake.
I feel like a big mistake is to overly rely on bomb for edge guarding.
Yeah,
It's a big mistake.
it's definitely a Nair at B8 matchup off stage. You definitely like shouldn't just be satisfied to ledge trap.
I do think bomb can be used to like bait jumps and stuff, but yeah, it won't like put Bowser in the spot.
It's just not normally worth the time because you need to get under him.
Yeah, if you already have it.
And like one thing about this up B is that the hitbox clanks with the bomb, so you can't detonate and hit confirm on impact.
It
so
pops
it's kind of
him
awkward
in
to
a
do.
lot. Like it pops him
So-
towards you, which isn't what you want it to do a lot of the time.
True. So, yeah, it's more like a conditioning tool to make him waste the jump or dodge.
You have to. He's really bad at landing, but you need to not get down aired or down beat. Like you need to play to the side of him and be ready to react with the appropriate thing. I was playing Spargo, and my favorite thing to do to people is to break their shield with down B. And he parried it like every time. I'm like, what the hell is this kid? What the?
Wait, you're not allowed to do that? That's cheating.
Huh?
Oh wait, you're not allowed to do that? That's cheating.
Him and Brian, who's like another under 16-year-old from Tijuana, who's like their number 2, also plays Cloud. It's like Spargo's the other Cloud child. They both parried the down beat. I'm like, what do they feed you kids down there? Like, oh my god.
I like it.
Dude, their reaction time is just different.
Too, people are saying. That's true. But the downer mix-up beats spot dodge, I believe. But you can shield that, and offline you can distinguish the two landing options.
Or you just stand slightly outside.
It's pretty easy to react to them. Like, people get their shield broken and stuff when they like panic. It's definitely not a like beat someone who's prepared tactic.
Yeah.
Also, remember if you're panic shielding, it's just better to get hit. If you're not gonna spot dodge or parry
with
it,
the side B, just with the down B.
Down B, yeah.
Yeah.
Just for people who are panicking.
You generally want to like hop, kind of. You don't necessarily want to be under him. You kind of want to jump over him to catch his landing a little bit. Like if he's going away from you, you want to like chase him and like you want to jump over near him or fair him or whatever. If he's coming into you, obviously you just want to back up like forward smash him.
And I think Lynx have a bad record versus the Bowsers. Like at least before, like almost all the VODs they get bodied because they have a flow chart and how they retreat, and Bowsers know how to overshoot fair.
If you're
the thing is, I think a lot of good Lynx have habits that they're not used to getting punished for, and Bowser gets so much
so good at it.
Calling out habits.
If you have any Nair at disadvantage habit, you just get up smashed. It's
Nair from the corner. Yeah, you're gone. But just to let people know, there was like one set versus Rito versus Hero, the Bowser player from Japan, and that set you can clearly tell that Rito has put a lot of thought into making counterplay. Like he's retreating a lot more thoughtfully with punish Bowser. He edge guards him consistently. Like he 2-stucked him almost every game, and before he used to lose every time. And Hero is like a super solid.
He definitely knew the matchup better, I think.
Yeah, like he did what he needed to do, like what you should do, in my opinion. Nothing like outstanding, but just a clean matchup knowledge.
Well, sometimes you'll see like 2 players play, and one just like knows the matchup way better than the other, like 2 good players, and the other person's like, oh no, I don't know this matchup, and all my normal stuff's losing. Because they're not prepared for the counterplay back. They don't have it ready.
Yeah,
like
but I think Hero is like he messes up all the links in Japan. Used to at least, and then Rito figured something out. So I could see
the Japanese Link's having some trouble with Bowser.
Yeah, it's definitely one that if
Yeah,
you don't know
floppy.
exactly what you're doing and don't have a solid game plan versus Bowser, you'll just get hit and die.
Mm.
They also pay a lot of attention to habits because Bowsers are looking to rage kill you. And so you just nair in one too many times and you'll get
He gets a
smashed.
lot out of calling you out.
Mm.
So he's
And it's easy for him
definitely
to get
one
into head because of his carry. People get scared.
Well,
how many more?
yeah,
we wanna
definitely
do?
one to keep your composure for. Ices or Bowser. Well,
Oh,
do we think
stages?
Bowser's winning or even? Is the real question.
It's
Oh,
that's
we
tough
putting
one
him
to
even.
say.
I think played well, he's winning.
yeah. Like consistent edge guards win.
Consistent edge guards and good neutral is probably winning by a little bit.
Yeah, but I can
can
see even as well under pressure in tournaments.
Yeah, he definitely it's an easier matchup to play for Bowser. Is kind of how it is. Like Bowser doesn't have to do as different of stuff.
Do we want to say? Do we want to put like an even or winning category?
We can do that later. This is getting so complicated. Like all the different categories.
Yeah, it just makes the order kind of say how easy it is if winning.
Okay.
Okay. Who was next? Icy.
Should be Icy's. Although we do have one request for the young Link.
I think Icy's actually has a lot of problems with Link. I think they really struggle with the boomerang. They're also floaty with bad airspeed, and so a lot of people have trouble with Icy's because they have trouble with side B.
Mm-hmm.
And I think side B has, you can counterplay it. If it's on you, you can up B it pretty easily. If he's rubbing it off of you, if he's slides back, you can chase it.
Mm.
You just have to be fast about recognizing that he's coming, he's rubbing off of you and not sticking on you. You can jump out and short hop fair him or whatever. I think they have a lot of trouble with bomb.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a lot of trouble with boomerang.
Mm.
I
want to say on bomb, I have heard there are some ways if they get bomb in hand that they can use it to desync, but I don't want to speak too much on that. It might not be one you want to leave around too long.
Well, it just separates them really easily, and it always hits Nana.
No, I agree. It's useful.
It's just really easy to split them up. They can definitely blow you up. They've got a lot of potential to do that. You don't want to do the classic stuff against Icy. You don't want to grab Nana. You don't want to. You want to be careful of being out of shield since the Nana hitbox will stun you more.
Well,
so
they're also +3 on shield.
Depends on the move.
Their forward air is +3.
Yeah, if they have both. Yeah, if they have both clambers,
I would just not play out of shield.
The other climber can shield while the other makes it so it's they're kind of safe.
Yeah, you definitely want to be careful, and they have both of them because of the delay in the hit line.
With we were talking about Bowser. I just want to say we were talking about Bowser, and they're just a worse character, but they're sort of similar to Bowser in that they punish a lot of the common Link things. If you throw a bad boomerang, they're just gonna side B you, and it's gonna be really annoying. If you nair in bad, they have a really large parry window, and their up tilt's really good. So it's one of those that you have to kind of know. Okay, this is what I can and can't do, but once you know what you can do,
definitely
it's
one of the
easy.
ones that you need to just make them fight for ground.
Yeah,
the entire matchup. They need to fight their way in, and then you just take a step back and have them fight their way in again.
You can also blow them
just
up
since you mentioned it, just since you mentioned being careful about grabbing Rex, I just wanted to say actually back throw and forward throw are kind of bad. Up throw is the one you should use because it separates them for free. When you up throw the climber, one goes up and the other goes to the side. It's actually
does the sword hit them?
Yeah, and it's a very weird trajectory, so you separate them really hard.
Actually,
so even if you grab Nana, you can up throw them.
Yeah.
I disagree on the throw stuff just a little bit. Now, up throw I'm not going to speak on because I haven't tried up throw. I think forward throw is fast enough that they cannot punish you, and I think it's a good way to separate them. You have to forward throw and buffer forward throw, but it's fast enough that you almost never get punished for it.
I bet fast Icy as well.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you
because
played,
in
like, the
doubles,
world-class
like I play
ICs.
doubles a lot, and forward throw is easy to punish. Like Link's throws aren't fast.
I
Like if you
played a
have Chrome
good
forward throw,
deal.
yeah,
I played a
but
good
if
deal
you
versus decent ICs,
buffer
and they
it, then
kept punching.
maybe they can't react.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think forward throw can be done. I don't think forward throw is a problem as long as you just do it.
But I think I've seen people use up throw like in Japan, like what's his name, Pran Green, and I used to think like oh that's just a funny thing that I saw when I labbed up throw kill percents, but then it's actually useful. Uh, it separates them really well, really hard, and you can take it from there. So it's worth exploring, in my opinion.
So definitely the things to play around in neutral are look for their jumps because they're so committal, and look for their side B.
Side B.
Like you need to be like if you can jump and come down on side B, it's really good. Like
does it beat Boomerang? I think Blizzard beats Boomerang really hard.
No, it
Doesn't
Boomerang
it?
owns side B in my experience.
Oh yeah, I thought since it was a special that it wouldn't clank.
If you can definitely get caught up in the startup of Boomerang, but if they're just like side being from a distance, you can just Boomerang them.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's see.
Yeah, it's the side B is good because it's kind of a burst, right? Like they're normally really bad airspeed, suddenly gets really fast. Basically, right? It totally changes the range they can cover. They also do it like out of shield, which is like pretty degenerate to be honest.
Yeah.
Stages.
Okay. Let's talk stages. No, I don't like bots.
They really like Smashville.
They juggle super hard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
FD Town Kalos is, my go-to.
Yeah, I'd be.
Yeah. Big stages.
That seems right.
Too much trouble landing on Boomerang. They also control space under plats really well, because up tilt's so good.
Yeah, well. Yeah, they just are really good at juggling, and you want to not be a part of that. I'd rather get ledge trapped by them than get juggled by them.
Agree.
True.
They always do some silly side, they always do some down B stuff at ledge and just get up attacked. Like, do people not get up attack them? They have some 0 to death combo going, ready for me to just get up into.
Yeah, they tunnel vision a lot, I think. And Link's get up attack is very fast and big, so that's a privilege.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
There's this guy in my region, and he plays all the technical characters. So he plays Wario. He played Greninja and Smash 4. He plays Ices. And anytime he's about to mess your shit up, he goes, he hums super loud, So I have this instinctive reaction. Anytime he I'm like, oh god, what is gonna happen to me? What did I do? And he doesn't know. I'm like, hey, do you know you make a sound during the games? And he's like, what are you talking about? What sound? I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I miss the offline body language. I miss that.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
it
the
instills this I've been conditioned because anytime he does it, it's a 0 to death. And I'm like, oh no, what is gonna happen to me?
So I know Sheik's supposed to be next. We do have a request for Young Link though, if y'all would like to do that first.
Okay, let's do 1 or 2 more. We can do Young Link. That's fine.
Wait, 1 or 2 more than Young Link, or what?
No, 1 or 2 more, and then we're done.
Okay, I'm fine. Yeah. Do you just want to do Young Link and call it?
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. So, Young Link is interesting. I played a lot of Toon Link, so. And I will try not to make the mistake to assume that they are very similar. I don't think they are.
I think they're fairly different in how they move and how.
Yeah, they're really different. in my opinion.
It's just Boomerang and short range. That is the similarity, I guess.
Recovery.
Yeah, recovery for sure.
But Toon Link has way better airspeed, so the recoveries aren't that similar.
Yeah. True.
But I think a lot of the reason why people have trouble with Young Link is the projectile thing I was talking about earlier. They feel like they have to force stuff. When Young Link's actually really bad at prying you out of shield, doesn't have a good grab, doesn't really want to be jumping in against Link. That's not an awesome place for Toon Link to be. he doesn't want to be where you are to challenge your hitboxes.
Yeah, he doesn't want to trade.
He doesn't want to be doing the same, like his little version of your move against you. Like when you're doing it. He definitely wants you to jump in. He's all about whiff punishing, so you need to play like really conservative. Like this is not a matchup you should like preemptive nair in very much, I don't think. Like
yeah, I can agree.
You definitely need to see the projectile before you like want to nair it away.
Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like he doesn't have a good time with punishing outside of projectiles. Like his out of shield is not great. His anti-air is kind of like precise, like up air and up tilt. So you can mix up fall speed, and it will be very hard for him.
But of course, they're doing a million projectiles.
Yeah. So that's where you're gonna lose projectiles.
You definitely need to play around it. Yeah. It's a lot of it's about picking your spot. Like, so a lot of the time with people with projectiles, like I'll play someone online, linked it or whatever, and they throw 3 times as many boomerangs at me, but they get hit by twice as many, and it's because they don't wait their turn, basically. Like they try to throw them out at every opportunity, whereas I only throw them out when I'm sure that if we both throw them out, I'll win.
Yeah,
like
you wait for their whiff and then get an opening.
Yeah, you need frame advantage before you try to like projectile war people. Like you need to be ahead of them in time. Like your pull needs to be earlier than theirs if you are wanting to like get into that contest. And if not, you need to wait for your turn. Like you can't just throw them out of disadvantage against someone else who's throwing. That's bad. You'll lose. Especially against Young Link, whose arrows are so much faster than Boomerang. So a lot of it's about being really disciplined with that. A lot of it's about edge guarding. I think Link gimps the crap out of Young Link. It's really bad.
Yeah, and even if you don't, he's got some of the worst ledge options.
Yeah, he's bad. He's actually not super mobile. Like in the air. His airspeed is not good.
Yeah.
He's definitely like fast and bursty. Like you got to be careful for him attacking in like a range, but it's hard for. But if you just get nickel and dime by him, it's not the worst. Like if you play around his like combo starters, a lot of the time you'll be okay. If you don't get hit by like close boomerang and close arrow and bomb or down tilt.
True. Yeah, down tilt is kind of annoying, but it's -7 or 8, so you can up-B it. It's reactable offline, and they mash it if they're up close. Usually they get away with it. So I think that's a big part for Link. That up-B is really good versus Boom. I think it's consistent versus Boomerang. I think it's not safe enough up close. And down tilt as well. I could be wrong about the Boomerang, since ultimate frame data is a bit off.
You said
that's like my understanding.
So how does Nair interact with his bomb? Because I've had it blow up on me or bounce off.
Okay, I actually talked about this the other day. I think the way I understand hitbox detection moves working now is that it relies on activation, right? So it waits till it touches your hitbox to activate. So if you hit it with the
hitbox first,
yeah, if you hit it with the disjointed part of Nair, it just bounces. But if you hit it with the hitbox and the hurtbox,
yeah, it has health, so you can detonate it.
So as long as you don't blow up its health, does hard Nair detonate it?
Yeah, weak Nair. I know this for Toon Link at least. If Nair is slightly stale, and let's be real, it's gonna be, then it's gonna make it bounce.
You guys are mashers.
Come on, be honest, Rex. Nair is gonna be stale. Maybe you can Nair the bomb if you want to stale it on your own terms. That's fine too. So yeah, that's an interesting thing, and also his bomb is way worse than Toon Link's, so it's less threatening, in my opinion. Like Toon Link, you like truly have to shield, like you have to play around it like super hard. But I don't feel like that way versus Young Link.
Toon Link is a lot more about like using his speed to get an opening, and Young Link's more about like overwhelming you.
Well, Young Link too, he would rather like Toon Link wants to whiff punish you with bomb. Young Link wants to do that with fire arrow, so he's not really going to use bomb in the same situations because fire arrow is just better for that.
Yeah, save for
bomb's better against shield.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
bomb's better
from a
to...
distance.
Also,
Yeah.
Young Link can't hold on to his bomb as long and run around with it because of the
That's
fuse.
true.
That's a good point. And hit stun is less, so the reward is smaller. So it's not
But
as
definitely
good.
you should still be being careful around bomb. It can combo and all sorts of stuff. It's not a
Yeah.
like thrown items. You definitely should be careful with. But
No.
they're not fast.
Exactly.
Like you can shield. Like they're not fast. It doesn't throw it fast. Like it only hits you if you whiff.
Mhm.
Like you shouldn't be getting hit with bomb if you can see it coming.
And one thing, I don't know if you mentioned it, Toon Link is really, or Young Link, I mean, is really bad at ledge. Like slow rising fair, very short roll, very short get up attack. Only redeeming thing is that he's small and his initial get up is really fast. It's like a couple of frames or 3 faster. So it's kind of awkward if you're not prepared. Yeah,
But
yeah,
really
F-Tilt
judge
covers all
characters
the
get up
options
by
at one
their,
time.
yeah. That's the tier list. That's how fast is your initial get up. No, I'm like you can't F tilt it on reaction, which is would be a very nice thing if you could F tilt everything on
Speak for
reaction.
yourself, Jay. I've been doing your reaction ledge trap thing. I've been fast every time.
Yeah, on Young Link, I don't think if you unless you're like you're a
not on
godlike
Young
gamer,
Link,
I don't think you can
on
F tilt
all
on
the
reaction
normal characters.
without get up. Yeah, you can do it on most characters, but like Peach and Pac-Man and Young Link, they have really fast neutral get ups. A bit too fast.
I don't know. I've been too
experience.
fast for like the swordies.
Oh yeah. Like if
don't
you're
know.
too
It seems
fast, then you're like a god. Like because it's F tilt is
Oh, I
kind of
think
slow. Yeah. So yeah, that's a compliment. Like either you're a god or you're reading, which is fine. But,
I'm not gonna lie. I beat them usually.
The neutral get up, yeah.
Oh yeah, you
I
gotta
like it.
be that.
Yeah, I like the confidence. I like it.
I just don't have the timing for that. F-Tilt all
Yeah,
day.
I just F tilt or grab. I'm a weenie.
But if they, oh my god, the problem with F tilt is if they pick something that beats it, you're in trouble. Like if they pick something else, you're like, oh, I'm committed. Whereas up B, I'm like, I see that they're normal get upping. I'm gonna up B them.
Yeah, but what if they
Yeah.
die?
Yeah.
What if
what
they
if you
die?
win?
What if they just die?
Yeah, what if you get the F
F-Tilt
tilt and
helps
kill them
them.
at 90?
Well, up B kills them the same time, if not earlier.
Okay, but if I'm
Yeah, what
late
if-
on F-Tilt, it's not minus 56 on shield.
Well,
Yeah,
obviously you're
welcome to-
like, hey, if you guys aren't reacting in time, I don't know what to tell you. It's easier to react to with up B. Just saying.
Yeah, but it's hard to
I
time.
can believe that, but it's like a risk reward thing. I'm not quite there yet. One day maybe I will be up being neutral.
You gotta put your stocks on the line, Jay.
Yeah, I play like a weenie. I'm not gonna lie. I don't edge guard. I'm just a stupid lich trapping nerd. Just play it safe.
Fair.
I edge
Yeah.
guard. I love
F tilt
edge
ledge
guard.
trap. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. F tilt is like Link's most overrated move.
I agree. I agree.
I agree.
I would agree.
Everyone thinks
It's
it's
so
busted,
overrated.
but it's like it's just like not. It's
It's
F-Tilt
the
does almost
Wi-Fi
the same
move
thing.
because you don't get owned for missing, but you actually do get owned for missing offline against good people.
Exactly.
Or
And
they
you can
just
tell
do
it's
first 2
overrated
weeks.
by how much people use it.
The first 2 weeks, I was like, ha ha ha, F tilt, how good am I? And then the people in my region got good and
Yeah.
started punishing me.
I think people overrated it because of Smash 4 F-Tilt, which was kind of broken because it 2-framed.
Let's not get crazy. Smash 4 F tilt was not broken.
No, it wasn't broken, but it felt really broken because of 2-framing.
Yeah.
It should really still 2-frame. I don't know why it doesn't. That's a real.
Yeah.
Missed
Very
opportunity.
strange change. I don't know why. Look at Toon Link's tilt. It's
Oh,
crazy.
I love Toon Link's F-Tilt. That's one of my
To
favorite
be fair, it
moves.
doesn't kill people.
I don't know. Have you seen the
Yeah.
angle?
Okay, it can
I
kill
got
people.
2
It
framed
doesn't
and
kill
died
people
at
from
40.
distance, though.
Dude, I'm betting that Mithra just dies if she gets hit by the wrong Toon Link F-Tilt. Jump
Yeah,
at all.
non-tumble, it's brutal, man. Like, you can't recover if you don't have a double jump. If you have a bad recovery, that is.
Okay, well, Link's looking pretty good right now.
Oh, stages
Yeah, look
for
at this.
Young Link?
Wow. Mm.
I think he beats Young Link. I think that's fair.
Agreed.
I think all the Japanese Link think he murders Young Link too.
Yeah, like T put him as like one of the most like confident matchups.
He
Yeah.
put him above.
I don't know
They don't
about
even have
that,
many
but
taunts. Or, you know,
what do we think on stages for Young Link?
I don't know. I haven't played that many good Young Links.
I would just avoid FD.
it's hard to tell.
I don't know. I know he's really good on Lilat too, so I'd probably avoid FD Lilat.
Yeah, I can see it.
Well-
Yeah, the arrow. I heard some guys say like the arrows are like perfect for.
Well, yeah, because
Lilacs.
he can stand in the corner and they
Oh,
arc over
the
Lilac.
slope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he doesn't care at all about the slant. It actually benefits him. He's kind of short as well. It doesn't help.
Mm-hmm.
So I can
Plus,
see
that'll
those
let down
being
tilt
good
up B
bans.
kill so early.
Hmm?
Let down tilt up B kill early.
For him or for us?
The blast zones. We're not killing with down tilt up B. I don't know which one you're
I
hitting.
kill with down tilt on B. What are you talking
I do it. Like, look, if you do
I
it on
do it
Ness,
like
it's
once
really
every
easy
5
to get the
years.
point blank. Yeah.
Jama, you got to get your tech up to date. I thought you were grinding all this Wi-Fi tech.
The Wi-Fi
you don't-
Like,
tech.
it's
down
involving
tilt
up
B.
B. Like, you should get
You should get on that.
Yeah, that's not a reversal. That's a combo. Combos are lame. I like edge guarding people.
Yeah. It's too easy.
Combos are
You want
just
the
honorable. Except with
Yeah, it's
projectiles,
unfair.
obviously. Combos with projectiles are fine.
Well, okay, I barely get any down tilt to up B. I get like damage down tilt to up B. I'm talking about killing with down tilt to up B.
I know, that's what I'm talking about. It's good.
Oh, I was just reading
Yeah.
about the comment.
Yeah. Take Nest to town and get a down tilt on them being on ledge too long. And then have fun. You're going to kill them at
Yeah,
like 60 or 70.
They always DI that out for some reason.
Down tilt? That's really hard. You have to
At
hit the
ledge,
other
it's
and
hard
get
every
it.
time I
You
hit
can't
it at
be on
ledge, they're
and
down
DI
tilting
it
out. I don't know why.
Yeah. Look at T versus Gak. T got like blown up by it.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah. Like T just played a matchup well. Gak couldn't keep up. Link got
T
to
in that
do Link
set
stuff.
had the best, like, I'm going to nair at ledge, and now stop, and then, like, back to fell for it every time.
Yeah.
He, like,
and he F tilt
always
like he
get up
threw bomb
attacked
and
Or attacked
baited air
on
dodge
at
and then
the
F tilted air dodge.
exactly the wrong time. It was, like, for some reason, T just, like, had a soul read on Gak's, admittedly pretty bad ledge get-up options.
Mm.
Because whatever he did, it was wrong. It was, like, pretty funny.
Yeah, it was. I was just enjoying myself watching that live. Or not live, I guess. On stream. That's fun.
Okay. Let's call
Cool.
it. We can meet up again like a week or two, maybe. It's my spring break,
Yeah.
so maybe next weekend we'll continue this. Do the melee characters.
Ooh.
Yeah, fine with
Melee.
me. I don't really have anything going on in life in general, so whenever y'all are free,
Ooh.
just let me know.
I've got some
Tomorrow.
homework.
I can see it like being something you could do on Sundays this time. Maybe 1 hour later.
Yeah.
For me.
That's
Would
fine
be
with me.
nice.
Jay,
So I can
we
get
did
to
tell
eat.
you.
Yeah, you just did 1 hour earlier, like from even the point where we decided
No.
already
We
to take
said-
into account
Not-
We
daylight
said
saving time.
1 o'clock the whole time. And then we said we're going to stay at 1 o'clock. We said the same thing the whole time. And then I said maybe we should bump it back an hour. And then you
The real
agreed to
question
not bump
is
it back.
the real question is why does Norway not have the standardized daylight savings time?
I
That's
don't
the
know,
question
man.
you should be
I
asking
think we are
yourself.
farther north. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I can look into it, and I can bring up a presentation next stream.
Yeah,
Explain
submit
why.
it to the class
Mm.
along with a written apology, of course. Okay, so yeah, we'll pick this up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We'll talk
That was
again in a
fun.
week. Thanks to everyone who came and watched. We'll be back at some point. Yeah.
See you guys.
You'll have a good night. Or
Likewise.
Or
See ya.
whatever.
It's nice.